Scattered in the sky, streaks of color begin tracing the lines to roads we're facing. I stare into reflections. With new resolve found, a battleground takes form. And on the last countdown now, steady brush in your head. The shots diverge, a sudden surge of power courses through my veins. Now we'll win the fight. A flash of light shines brightly on a stage of conquer tonight.
Hello everyone and welcome to the SAC Season 10 finale. Great video we just saw just then, but yeah, I'm so excited to be bringing you this tournament, opening things up here. I am Broken Pinky, joined by my good friend Nell. How you doing today?
I am so good. I am so excited to be commentating with you today, Pinky, and I am so excited to be here commentating SAC. I believe it is top 8. Yes.
Yeah, you know, we got 12 teams that have qualified for the finale over, I think, about a month and a half long season, all told. But yeah, we are now in the finale here to decide who's going to be the champion of the 10th edition of SAC. There's been 10 of these. That's crazy.
And you know, I'm an accountant and I know how to count. That's a lot of seasons. That's a lot of seasons. And so you guys are in for a treat today. We are going to be, I believe we're going to be watching Tidal Disruption versus Big Fat Sea Cows.
Yeah, I think so, but or it might be Insomniac Central looking at the bottom of the screen. I don't know. We're still figuring out the bracket a little bit. You know, it's still early days, but yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking about it because SEC was one of my personal big breaks in commentating, so it's a big deal to me. And you know, I started in SEC back, I think, in Season 6 when Healthy Diet Food Groups was tearing it up. And, I mean, look at Healthy Diet Food Groups now. They're easily a top-level team at the Western scene. So.
I mean, that's why I love this event so much. It's just such a wonderful opportunity for commentators and also for teams alike, and also for viewers. If you're, you know, kind of just getting into the Splatoon competitive scene, it's so much fun, and I am just so freaking excited for this. I know that you probably, or maybe you didn't see myself and Pinky commentate 2 weeks ago with the qualifiers. So I'm very happy to be back again, and just so you know, there are like 4 total streams. That's 8. There are 4 total streams. There are 4 total streams for this thing. So, yeah.
We're live on IPL, Dapple, SplatoonTourney, and Under Pressure. So, if you got 4 monitors, you're going to be witnessing some peak gaming.
Or like this, if you're in another country, then that isn't America. That's how you do 4.
We're in the good old US of A. You're right. My bad. But regardless, also the production, like,
oh my god,
that video was crazy. The production for this tournament's gonna be insane. We got Justin Pipe Dream handling the spec cam, and I mean, just I cannot give enough shout outs to Strings, Toma, and Ellie, the head TOs for this tournament. I know. I mean, I've gotten to see firsthand just how hard they've been working on all this, and it is just crazy. So yeah, hire them, sponsor them, give everyone involved in this project money, please, because this is just a passion project, but this is going to be a very fun watch for all of us.
We need mysterious donors to help fund the Splatoon scene if you want to continue to give us your money. I'm just kidding. I'm not soliciting anything. I'm just saying a lot of amazing work was put into this project for just this in return, and it's fantastic. Like that video that we saw earlier, and just wait until you see what we have in store for the teams once we start getting started.
Yeah, I mean, this is a mid-level centric tournament, so it's going to be a bit of a higher level play than you might be used to seeing at stuff like your low wings, your From the Ink Cups, your little Squid Leagues, all that kind of stuff. We're going to be, these are teams trying to break into that high level and really make a name for themselves in the scene. And I mean, I was talking earlier about healthy diet food groups. This is a great chance to sort of get your name known and really just. I mean, it's the Splatoon Advanced Circuit. It's going to help you advance in your competitive career. It's kind of in the name,
Yeah, for sure. And so today we're going to be looking at Tidal Disruption versus Big Fat Sea Cows. Both teams are pretty well known in the community, if I do say so myself. We have Tidal Disruption with a few blasters on the team, actually, and then Big Fat Sea Cows is known to be the VCU team. Shout outs to Virginia. Love you guys so much. But yeah, we all know them, we love them, and I'm really excited to see them deck out.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. And also, I'd be remiss if I didn't say, we just got the 10.0 update on Wednesday or Thursday, and we are currently on Saturday. So new weapon kits are definitely liable to be pulled out in this tournament. I'm seeing some Splatana stampers on both teams. I'm seeing a Dreadbringer. Both of those just got new kits. I'm also seeing a Shot, which also got a new kit. All those are quite viable. Wings is a very strong bow player as well, so I don't know which bow variant they're going to be, going with. I know all three bows are in a pretty solid spot right now. They all have their own specific niches, and it kind of just comes down to the player. But yeah, I would love to see some new weapon kits come out. But it's very interesting just looking at both these teams. I would love to see that tent comp that BFSC has cooking.
Yeah, for sure. So we do have a little bit of an incorrect roster on Big Fat Sea Cows, but I will mention that Big Fat Sea Cows has Mini, Neptune, Toto, Whack, and Lux. And it's bound to happen a few times, but yeah, so there's a Pencil, a V-Shot, a Junior, a Wiper, and another Wiper on Big Fat Sea Cows. So they are known to run a pretty aggressive comp here. So I'm curious to see if they're going to run any different weapons. I know that there was a new Wiper that was released. I'm not too sure if it's good or not. I haven't been keeping a pulse on that weapon in specific, but I like you said, I'm really excited to see if people are going to be pulling out these new weapons and keep the scene a little bit fresh.
Yeah, I mean, new weapons are definitely shaking things up in all levels of play. I love to see it's just so cool to see so much new content in the game. And of course, I'm a little bit biased. I'm a Dread player. I'm a Reflex player. I got some good kits. But yeah, we're going to be starting things off game one on Splatoon's Robo Ramen, a very nice neutral playing ground for this first game, but also one that's really going to test, kind of the fundamentals of Splatoon. This is very much a map that's difficult to hold on for a long time, but it's very rewarding if you can do so.
Oh, I completely agree. This is just kind of like one of those baseline maps. I associate Zones Ramen and also Zones, what was it? The convenience store.
Mako Mart?
Mako Mart, yes. I was like, brain work. Yeah, so those maps to me are pretty much just staples that really is able to test a team's knowledge of the game, just baseline. And so I'm really excited to see that is going to be the first one that we are going to be fighting on. I know that there's going to be a Pencil, probably. I mean, I don't think that the meta is going to change enough to where we aren't going to see Pencil here, just considering the range that it has. But I would be very excited if we saw the new Rapid Pro be out and about to counter that.
Yeah, the new Rapid Pro is definitely an interesting one because, I feel like Rapid Pro is very specific to a certain player or certain team comp, but Suction Cooler as the kit, man, you could do some work with that, especially with just how strong of a made weapon that Rapid Pro already is. So, we're just kind of speculating, kind of riff-raffing a little bit about what we're going to see here in the set. But I don't
We're
know. I
just
don't know if y'all
yapping.
can tell. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be some fun Splatoon.
I am also very, very excited. I love Splatoon. I don't know, when I was watching that, the intro video, I was like, I love Splatoon so much. I was such a loser.
God bless
But-
John Splatoon. This community is
Oh my
awesome.
god, John Splatoon is in our hearts and in our souls. But I am very excited. I know that a lot of work and love was put into this event. And so, you know, right now we're currently just waiting on the teams to get set up and ready to go. So you're not going to be done with us yapping yet. So we're going to be yapping a little bit longer.
It's our job. We're commentators.
It's our job to
We're supposed
yap.
Like, it's our job to yap aimlessly about things that may or may not be happening, and then it's the player's job to play the game. So
Literally, I'm just the unemployed yapper, even though I'm kind of employed and not always a yapper. But we are getting straight into it. We are seeing Big Fat Sea Cows versus Tidal Disruption.
Ooh.
We are seeing a new shot out on the field. No changes from Big Fat Sea Cows. I kind of expected they wouldn't do any changes here, but we are seeing the Kraken shot, which is going to kind of be a menace on this type of map here, as it's a very good disruptive tool to kind of get into the enemy's area. So we see one new weapon.
yeah, I believe it's called the Glamorous Shot. I still don't remember all the names quite yet, but Kraken is quite strong in this map because it's a very narrow, like, choke pointed terrain. So you're kind of forced to either deal with the Kraken, try and dodge it, or just drop down. Already we're going to be seeing Tidal Disruption get a good, solid hold here, but two are going to go down on their side. Kraken going to expire, going to get called out. Jumps coming into the pen, but not going to be enough to hold the zone in the meantime. Hammer, though, going to be canceled by that Splat Bomb, keeping Tidal Disruption in contention.
It seems like the hammer has gotten canceled twice now. Hopefully they're able to get that out soon. I know that Big Fat Sea Cows, once they're on a roll, it's kind of difficult to get them off of that roll, but it seems like they haven't had the foothold to get like on that roll yet. They are 2 down. The zone is in Tidal Disruption's favor right now. We do see the hammer out and about trying to find a pick, able to get 2 really huge picks on the pencil and the bucket. That is going to be their paint. And so this allows Big Fat Sea Cows to have that momentum that we were talking about earlier to enter their left elbow area. And right now it just seems like teams are trying to fumble around for some specials here. And the Kraken we talked about is coming out and trying to find some picks.
Yeah, Kraken moving forward here, courtesy of Nightmare. Trying to find the pick on the pen, is not able to do so, though. Just going to back away here. Zone lead is pretty contested right now, 64-71. Very even game at the start. Neither team able to get a super strong hold. Tidal Disruption trying to be the first to do so. But they're going to find actually 2 picks on Big Fat Sea Cows in the meantime. Neptune trying to push it forward with that shot, but the slider going to force him out. Is not quite going to catch the jump, though, but Tidal Disruption starting to get set up on this elbow area, but they're going to be contested here. Picks are starting to happen on both sides. It's 2 apiece, and this could be a huge fight here for Tidal Disruption.
For sure, and the numbers are ticking away. It seems like Big Fat Sea Cows is going to need to flip the zone if they want to contend in this match. And that is exactly going to happen. They are going to flip the zone here. Neptune is going to try and get into the left elbow area, trying to get a foothold for their team here, able to find a single pick and, just clean up on the back end as we are trying to get into the left elbow. Stamp does come out, unable to find anybody just yet. Lux is going to have to retreat, and, the numbers are ticking down quite fast. That is the thing with this map. If Tidal Disruption is not able to flip the zone once more, it's going to be a lead swap, so they are going to have to kind of hurry up, and then we do see the Reef Slider coming out to kind of entice that zone to flip again, which it does.
Yeah, I mean, Tidal Disruption is going to lose that lead there by just a few points, but they were doing a good job of just minimizing that damage. That lead still in grasp, 36-32, very much so doable. This Kraken once again trying to find a pick on this pen, but not able to do so. Tries to get the jump though, but is able to find it, and is going to find the pen very soon as well. That's a nice double from the shot. Deep in enemy spawn, and 3 are down on the side of Big Fat Sea Cow. So Tidal Disruption back in the swing of things. Neptune though, don't stack. It's going to save that Zuka, and already Big Fat Sea Cow with that bubble has a zone. Zuka is going to be popped. Nightmare sticking down here with the Glamour shot. But the Viper is going to be able to find a double here. That's huge for Lux.
With 3 down from Tidal Disruption, Lux is trying to keep the zone here. They are able to flip, and they are holding onto a Stamp. Going to try and throw that at somebody once they try and get back out here, but now it just seems like Big Fat Sea Cows is trying to chew through their penalty a little bit and prevent Nightmare from getting anything to happen, forced to jump out here. Tidal Disruption does have one special online, and it is the Kraken. Unfortunately, do go down from both sides. The Kraken from Nightmare is trying to find some form of purchase, unable to find anything, unfortunately getting punished here. Big Fat Sea Cows is in control of the zone, and the points are ticking away with 1 minute left.
Yeah, and Big Fat Sea Cows, you know, they're closing in on this knockout threshold. There's no penalty stopping. Zuka finds a pick on the pen. That is huge. Strikes being popped out in desperation, as is the slider, though. That's not enough for the cap on its own, though. Paint battle going to go in favor of Tidal Disruption, though. That Dread Ringer in that bucket, so good at painting the zone together in that Dread. Able to find the pick on the pen. Trying to find the pick on the Wiper. Nice double here from this Dread player, Anka, and is going to be allowing Tidal Disruption to move forward here. 35 seconds left on this match timer, so this is a huge fight here. Last chance for Tidal Disruption to get a stronger hold, but they're setting themselves up for success here as we're going into overtime very soon.
Very clean hold from both teams here. I do know that both teams are having a lot of good patience. We are seeing a Reef Slider come out trying to get some purchase here. Tidal Disruption is out of their penalty. Right as I said that, they are back in their penalty. Unfortunately, with 10 seconds left, they are going to have to hold this zone for quite a long time in order to make a lead swap happen. 2 down from the side of Big Fat Sea Cows. Neptune's trying to make something happen. Lux is backed into a corner, and the Dread is just trying to get that pick off. We do see a hammer online. That is the only special that they have available in overtime. And finally, Tidal Disruption is out of their penalty, but it seems like the zone, they're just fighting for zone, and they did lose control, leading to the first win of the day, going to Big Fat Sea Cows.
Yeah, I mean, that Dread player on Tidal Disruption had that slider at the ready. I think they just held on to it a little bit too long. Had they popped it once the hammer made its way into the zone, I think that Tidal Disruption could have continued to contest that cap, or at least find some picks off of it, but you know, as it stands, I think just that last, you know, second bit of hesitation is going to be enough to get Big Fat Sea Cows a very contested game 1, but already now, just the first game of this day, and it went back and forth all the way down to the very end.
Oh my god, for sure. I was gonna say, it just seems like it was bloodthirsty a little bit. I couldn't really tell who was going to win at any point in the match. Picks were, I like to say, picks were getting plucked back and forth and back and forth. Even if that is not a grammatically correct sentence, I do not care. Picks were being plucked, and they were happening back and forth. And there was a really fantastic play from Nightmare there. I will say, like, both teams had a very strong showing, but that's the point of SAC. 2 very strong teams are going to fight, and then we're going to see who wins.
Yeah, I think Nightmare, that shot player from Tidal Disruption, was definitely a stand-up for their team, and I think Lux on the Wiper was a huge stand-up for Big Fat Sea Cows. I mean, we really got to saw a lot of power players. Also, Anka on that bucket made some great plays happen, but Big Fat Sea Cows is going to walk away with a game 1 victory, but, you know, we're looking at a best-of-5 set. It's not over by any means. Now I think Tidal Disruption gets a chance to counterpick.
Okay, so we don't know what the map is going to be then.
Yeah.
It's. Oh. I heard from our god up in the sky that it is going to be Clam, Blitz, Barnacle, and Dime. I was beamed this map mode into my head, and apparently it's going to be Clams, Barnacle, and Dime. So, what do you think about Clams, Barnacle, and Dime, Binky?
I received a message from the heavens. We're getting Clam, Blitz, Barnacle, and Dime.
That's literally how it is. I'm like, okay.
Time to lock in. But yeah, Clams, Barnacle is interesting in the sense that it's not, I wouldn't say it's the hardest Clamblitz map in the game. I'd say in terms of pushing, it's harder to push on stuff like Scorch or Museum, but that basket is so deep into enemy spawn. Like, the enemy spawns on their basket, so you really need to get a strong wipeout and really good control of basically the entire enemy spawn if you want to get a sustained push going by any regard. So this is a pretty difficult map to score on, and it takes a lot of resources. So resource management and special play is a massive implication for this game.
For sure, especially with retaking on this map, it is kind of an uphill battle. If, you know, like you said, the basket is deep in enemy spawn, and so we're just going to try and do our best to get back out of there once that event happens. We aren't seeing any comp changes from Big Fat Sea Cows, and Tidal Disruption is kind of shelving their, I believe it's the Glamour splatter shot. They are shelving the Glamour splatter shot in favor of a 52 gal that may provide a little bit more stability to their team, who knows? But we are seeing just people fighting for mid here. We do see a cooler out from Big Fat Sea Cows as Neptune is trying to farm for a Zuka here, trying to get something early out in order to guarantee some purchase over mid. They are going to be putting out the Zuka right now. So far, unable to get one, able to get one. I speak too soon, 2 down, picks are being plugged.
Yeah, I mean, Tidal Disruption might have left their G-Tech at home, but, you know, they still have that 52 gal, and already we're seeing just how much space is able to patrol in mid with those splash walls. Just such a strong option from Nightmare, and I mean, we're kind of in just a classic flameless neutral. Strike's going to be popped to try and clear the plant area, and Nightmare already swimming in so fast with the comeback and with the swim speed main on his 52 gal, has a whale at the ready as well to try and clear this area, and 2 go down on Big Fat Sea Cows. Tidal Disruption getting ready for their first push. They need to get that clam economy up.
For sure, very strong showing for this push from Nightmare, exactly. But there aren't a lot of clams on the board in order to guarantee a push. Now that 2 go down from Tidal Disruption, they are going to have to back up a little bit and just kind of regroup here if they want to make this push happen. Lux is taking a flank, and they are able to throw a hammer, able to get a trade out of it. Nightmare is just kind of shutting that down, not allowing anything to happen. They are sharking right here, getting snuffed out quite quickly. But, you know, they still have purchase in mid here. Tidal Disruption is still on the forward foot, but not if Big Fat Sea Cows has anything to do with it. Bubble is out to try and get mid back here. And it's Cooler is out. It's just back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's flameless neutral. It's so hard to score on this map. It's so hard to get beyond the enemy plat that I think we're just going to be seeing a lot of neutral play here. We are going to see Big Fat Sea Cows having the ball at the ready. That is nice to have, you know, in your pen. I think that is going to give passive special charge in favor of Big Fat Sea Cows, which, you know, specials are big on the map, but the scores are even bigger, and I think Tidal Disruption getting ready for their first score on the basket. The pen player has 7, trying to get that last claim and trying to get close to the basket, but the gal is forced to leave that area, is patrolling, and 2 go down. That push is going to be dead in the water here now.
Goodness, just unfortunate timing on getting the power claim ready. If it was ready just like maybe 2 seconds beforehand, they would have been able to score. But it seems like Tidal Disruption is getting these very strong footholds, but they're unable to have the clan economy to kind of equate that to points on the board. So hopefully, with a few specials going out from Tidal Disruption, they are able to get some points on the board here. We do see 2 down from Big Fat Sea Cows. On the back foot, Minnie is backing up. She is trying to just kind of be safe here as the anchor for their team. But Tidal Disruption goes 2 down with Neptune taking purchase on the enemy plat here, trying to find something to make happen. 17 clams from Big Fat Sea Cows. They are playing the game of collecting the points here. And now it's Big Fat Sea Cows' turn to have their push going on soon with specials coming out, and it was looking pretty good, but 2 go down from both sides.
Oh my goodness. Big Fat Sea Cows was like a ticking time bomb there for a while. They had 2 power clips at the ready. They had all the player advantage. I think they were up 4 versus 2 there, but just was not able to convert that into a push. Again, it's so hard to push in that basket. It's just so far away from where you want to stand comfortably here. Neptune trying to fight all alone here on this right side of the map here, but going to get caught up by a few. Forced retreat back, and we're just going back to neutral again with a minute to go. 2 go down, though. 3 down on the side of Big Fat Sea Cows. Tidal Disruption, they could convert in this. They have some clams at the ready. The bucket is so close to a power clam. Just needs 1 more clam, but the bucket goes down as they have 7, and the pen is a little too far away, and the pen goes down too!
Okay, Neptune over here kind of carrying things with that Zuka play. I feel like Neptune is just like, all right, we're going in now, let's go. We know that there's 40 seconds on the clock. Neither team has scored, which is not unusual for this map mode, but it is sad to see every time we see it. We're just like, come on. We just want somebody to score. And so now it seems like Big Fat Sea Cows is on the front foot here, but it's just Tidal Disruption is causing so much of a blockade. They're not able to go in. We do see strikes coming out trying to displace Big Fat Sea Cows from their plat here, are able to get a pick. It's like 2 down from both teams. We may be going into overtime here. Hopefully not a 4-minute overtime like we are known to have happened sometimes. But oh my goodness, it is literally anybody's game. It just depends on who's able to capitalize on the other team's mistakes faster.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams were staggering for a minute, but here we go. Overtime horns are blaring. These teams have 3 minutes to get a score going. minus 2 with the hammer, is trying to find the perfect path. It's cleared. Big Fat Sea Cows in the 11th hour, as soon as the overtime begins. Big Fat Sea Cows is the one to end it. They waited all game for their moment to strike, and they found it right when they needed to, right at the end of the match.
Oh my goodness, that entire match was like, I don't know how to describe it. It was just like, okay, somebody score now. Okay, somebody score now. Oh, no. Okay, we didn't score. Okay, we didn't score either. It was pretty unfortunate because I feel like Tidal Disruption had a lot of opportunities to make something good happen by Big Fat Sea Coast. They got like a few picks and it was like, okay, that's over. All right, that's over. That's over. I mean, same with when Big Fat Sea Coast was on the advantage. Tidal Disruption was like, okay, go my strikes, go my scarabs. They're like, okay. No more of that then.
I mean, both these games I feel like have been extremely hotly contested by both these teams, but dare I say, Big Fat Sea Cows has a bit of a clutch gene going on. I mean, that's 2 games in a row that they were just barely able to squeeze out an overtime victory. And yeah, they were able to get that score on the basket. And just, again, I mean, Neptune was a peak player. Can we get some stats on Neptune? Because my goodness, those Zukas from Big Neptune was going kind of crazy. Like you said, just calling at the pick on that pencil, that really did save the game there for Big Fat Sea Cows. And, I mean, after that happened, Tidal Disruption never really got their foot back on the gas.
Yeah, I completely agree, but I also want to, you know, let me look at the roster here. I want to give, let me look at the roster. Okay, well, we don't really have time for that. God is telling me that we're going into Humpback Rainmaker, so we're going into Humpback Rainmaker right now, as God intended.
All right, let's see this Humpback comp.
Yeah, this is not the weapon that God intended.
Yeah, Pen on Humpback is interesting. Toto is going to be pulling out that Entry Mini on the ballpoint splatling. Okay. We got some ballpoint appreciators here in the voice call.
Sorry, I'm clapping for the ballpoint. I love you, Minnie. God bless America. We love to see the ballpoint love here in the chat here on SAC. And, you know, Tri-Slasher is a unique pick. I'm not upset with it. I do think that it matches the aggressive vibe that Big Fat Sea Cows is known to have. And especially with that jet and the Fizzy Bomb, it'll be able to provide a lot of openings for the team. However, 2 do go down from Big Fat Sea Cows, allowing Tidal Disruption to have the first take of mid here. We see Anka here trying to get strikes out. They are able to get them out, trying to clear out the right elbow, but Minnie is here with the jet, able to get canceled by the bucket. Anka is just going a little bit crazy as Anon is getting through the first check.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised to see Tri-Slasher here. I think Tri is probably the best main weapon on this map, all things considered. It is just so incredibly good at hitting over ledges. Honestly, I feel like the new Tri-Kit would have been is probably the best one on this map, but, you know, screen is kind of banned sometimes and all that, so no surprise to see the Nuvo kit being picked here instead. Big Fat Sea Cows, though, are going to be conceding that first checkpoint. Tidal Disruption able to get a good start to this game. And Big Fat Sea Cows, once again, playing from behind here in the beginning. Nightmare trying to find a Zuka pick, not going to come through, though. Minute and a half has, you know, elapsed on this timer, and Big Fat Sea Cows opting to push far on this left side, leaving Lux to fight alone in the mid, trying to get the distraction as best as possible. The strikes, though, not going to be fast enough to stop the checkpoint being broken, and already now, both checkpoints are down, which means we are playing a very dangerous game here on Humpback.
For sure, it just depends on who's able to run the Rainmaker just a few steps further. We do see Neptune from Big Fat Sea Cows sharking on the right side, trying to prevent anything from happening. The Zuka is out, absolutely hurtling towards the Rainmaker, able to find a pick. Neptune on the Zuka. I feel like Neptune is just a Zuka main at this point.
The Zuka collateral, too, is crazy, just like lining them up, one in front of the other. Just good stuff.
For sure. 2 do go down from Big Fat Sea Cows. Tidal Disruption is able to take the right area. It's just the one person left up from Tidal Disruption, but they are opting to take the left flank, just kind of distracting and ensuring that their team doesn't wipe here. And now there is a flanking decap able to get a pick on Minnie, which is going to be crazy for Tidal Disruption if they're able to take the left check, which is pre-painted. I can absolutely see the game plan that they're going for, but I don't know if their team is in the right area to kind of follow up on this. Unfortunately, their entire team is back on mid, but it was a good effort for that push.
I mean, I remember the last time we were on the mic together, I think Passione won the 4th qualifier just off the left flank, so that's definitely something you've got to watch out for here. If you are Big Fat Sea Cows, Tidal Disruption, they are playing with the lead, but A lead of 45, not safe on this map by any means. The only safe lead is a knockout, and Big Fat Sea Cows are probably going to be conceding the Rainmaker here, unless Mini is just a god. Finds 2 picks back to back.
Okay.
Stays alive in this corner and is
Oh my god!
The third! It's just the pen!
Okay.
Can run for the fences here, and that should be a lead switch here, but the pen is enough to stop it on the other side!
Oh my god, my face is in my hands right now, Pinky. I'm going to get a little crazy. I can't believe the Rainmaker, they were 2 down, and the Rainmaker managed to get 3 picks, and they were able to just kind of run it to... Oh my god, it's at 48 and 45. Tidal Disruption is in the lead, but Big Fat Sea Cows, they're not done yet. I mean, Tidal Disruption is currently in a place where they can make a, a better push here, trying to guarantee their lead. Unfortunately, the Zuka will get that pick, but now Big Fat Sea Cows, they have 1 minute in order to get that lead swap here. We are going to grab the Rainmaker just to make sure that nobody in the back is kind of like sneakily going to grab it. We do see a bubble at the ready for protection from Tidal Disruption. We do see a flanking bucket on the left side of my screen, if I'm not so mistaken. Oh my god!
Everything is crashing into the Rainmaker there, but it's just going to be the pen alive for Tidal Disruption once again. The pen was enough to stop the Rainmaker on its lonesome last time. Will that happen once again? We'll be soon to find out. 40 seconds left to go of this regular timer here. Big Fat Sea Cows playing from behind, but you know, they're used to this. They have a clutch team. They've shown it the last 2 games, and they're 1 game away from winning the set. Neptune going with the Zuka play, tries to find a pick, is not able to do so. The strikes are going to delay things a little bit. Mini's timer is ticking down here. They're going to be exploding pretty quickly here as overtime begins, and 2 go down on Big Fat Sea Cows. This push is looking like it might not last. Mini is stuck in this corner right now. The pen is going head-hunting right now, and here comes the decap on the flank, trying to get this Rainmaker. Mini swimming away for dear life, but they can still make it happen, just barely. It's so close, but the enemy Zuka is gonna find the pick with 5 seconds to go, and I think Tidal Disruption is going to get game 3 done.
Are you joking? That was crazy.
Oh my god.
The Zuka picks for both sides that match were chef's kiss. Fantastic job. Oh my goodness. I definitely feel like Tidal Disruption got their groove here. It was very close of a match. It was maybe like 10 points. Like 10 points. But they were able to make it happen. I just kept seeing Zuka pick after Zuka pick after Zuka pick, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, can we please stop with the Zuka picks?
There's a reason why the Too Many Try Zukas trailer was on this map. There are too many Zukas at all times.
Oh my gosh, Mini getting 3 with the Rainmaker was crazy.
But the pen just hits that 1 shot to stop Mini dead in their track. That's enough time for Nightmare to get it. I think Anon was on that pen for Tidal Disruption. Such a key pick at such the perfect time. And 38 to 48, the game is going to end. Mini getting called out there in that corner, and just the pop is not going to be enough. So Tidal Disruption, signs of life in this game. Their first counter pick didn't work out, but the second one was enough to get them a victory and on the board.
They are still in this match, Pinky. I mean, I will say next game will continue to be match point because this is a best of 5 set, but Tidal Disruption made sure that it isn't a sweep. So hopefully, I mean, I want to see a best of 5 as a commentator. I always want to see like play all 5, duh. But hopefully Tidal Disruption will kind of get into their groove. All they needed was just 1 win, and then they're like, all right, we can make this happen. So maybe that 1 win is exactly what they needed to get back on their feet, but we'll see. I haven't gotten a message from God yet telling me what the next map mode is, so... Okay, God is telling me that the next map mode has not yet been picked, so...
God is still deciding, it seems.
God is still pondering the orb.
But yeah, I mean, look, this set has just been so crazy close. Game 1, I think, was about a 20-point differential, and even still, that could have gone either way, because 20 points in zones is like 10 seconds, 15 seconds holding. Game 2 literally came down to who scored the clam first in overtime, and then Game 3 was a 10-point differential. So these teams, pretty evenly matched. So, you know, if you're worried about Tidal Disruption making the reverse 3-0 happen, they're very capable of making it happen.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I will say, Clams Barnacle, that was so different than the last game that we just watched. It was like, night and day. That's just the nature of the Splatoon 3 map modes, everybody.
Yeah. Okay,
God is telling me that Rainmaker on Scorch Gorge is happening next.
Ooh.
What is that face?
I mean, hey, I'm pondering. First, God was pondering, now I'm pondering.
They're pondering their orb right now.
You know what? This is the second Rainmaker map that I have opinions on, but it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I love Splatoon. It's a fun video game.
It'll be a cold day in hell when you stop having opinions.
I mean, yeah. Maybe Mike, I got the power to talk about whatever I want. And you cannot stop me here. We're getting right underway here in game number 4. Still match point for Big Fat Seacows. Tidal Disruption trying to fight from the back, and we're going to be seeing a junior being pulled out by Toto.
I know that Toto is known to play the junior, so that is not a surprising pick for me. We are going to be seeing the bomb spam, I do believe. You know, there's going to be a lot of paint from Big Fat Sea Cows, and I want to see Tidal Disruption be able to contest that. One is already down from Tidal Disruption. It's just like, oh my goodness, we are going to be fighting tooth and nail already. The bubble is out. Another one is down from Tidal Disruption. Mini is pushing forward, trying to get some space in mid. Unfortunately, going down. There's just so much happening right now in the first few seconds of the match. Lux is able to find 2, and the Rainmaker is hurtling towards the first check and able to break it within 40 seconds of the map being played.
Yeah, and Toto has the bubble. They can definitely continue this push for even longer. Toto trying to find the right place to put it is going to get the full big bubbler active, and already the lead is just disintegrating here. 34 points of where it's going to stand. That is not a bad push on this map at all. Normally, you know, you'd want to get down, you know, to that sort of 19 to 15 area up on that ramp, but for the first opening push on Scorchforge, that is not bad. And Neptune, okay, kind of gets shot between the eyes there, but was cooking up something devious.
Absolutely canceled. We tried to do a little cheeky flank, but no, I just want to hear what happened in BC because I heard that ouch. I could probably just hear one of them screaming, "There's somebody behind!" And we're just like, okay, go Maizuka. And then that was canceled right away. Now it's Tidal Disruption's opportunity to get some points on the board. We do see Anon here trying to just find some purchase in mid, but Mini with the pencil absolutely canceling that. That's the problem with this map a little bit. You know, pencil reaches everywhere, but 3 go down from Big Fat Sea Cows, allowing Tidal Disruption the opportunity to run this. However, it is going to be Nightmare that is going to be grabbing here, which is probably not ideal because Nightmare is the V-shot player. So, oh my goodness, I'm not going down. We're gonna need to try and get check. We do get check. Nightmare's last up with the Zuka here, trying to just be a stabilizing factor for their team as Tidal Disruption has to be on the back foot now.
Yeah, Nightmare now on that V-shot with that Zuka. So incredibly potent. I mean, Zuka's been flying all set, especially in that last game, so no surprise to be seeing it. But yeah, half of this game timers has lapsed. Both checkpoints are down, so, you know, this Rainmaker game, still on a razor's edge as always, but Big Fat Sea Cows is a bit of breathing room. They have a pretty solid lead going as we're entering the second half, and Mini already pushing once again, holding onto that Rainmaker. And we've seen what Mini can do. 2 go down, but the Maker's going to get called up by Nightmare, just runs his guns right to it. He's going to find another pick by this Maker as well. That's going to be really rough for Big Fat Sea Cows push.
For sure, but like you said, Big Fat Sea Cows is kind of sitting pretty right now because they do have that kind of comfortable of a lead. Of course, it's not a guaranteed win lead. It would be if we were able to get it up to maybe like 20 or 15 points, but 34 is completely achievable by Tidal Disruption if they're able to make something happen within the next 2 minutes, which I'm sure that they'll be able to. But Big Fat Sea Cows is going to have to prioritize their defenses here. We do see 2 specials coming out from Big Fat Sea Cows, which is just going to be trying to cancel Tidal Disruption's push. Strikes are coming out to go onto the right elbow area. Lux is back out. They are stamping. We have been tormented by Lux's stamp the entire game, the entire set, and it's not going to end now.
The suction bomb on the Maker's shield as the hammer was trying to pop it. That was great awareness there by Z34 to get a, pick on, like you said, Lux was kind of harassing them with that hammer. So finally able to get it done. Decap is going to get the bubble up as well to sort of protect this checkpoint area as the rest of Tidal Disruption rolls back out to help on this push. But it's just so hard to break through this area when you have a pencil staring at you, especially one as accurate as Mini is on that aim. Lux flanking with the hammer is going to get called out, though. It's 2 versus 2 right now, and this is a massive fight here for both sides. This could be for the lead here now. Maker trying to find the pick on the Mini, trying to clear this area as best as possible. Mini finds the 2 shots to get the pick.
Mini able to cancel that right away. We are less than a minute left. It is possible for Tidal Disruption to get a lead swap, but they have to all be up at the same time. It just feels like they've kind of been in a little bit of a stagger this entire match. 2 go down from Big Fat Sea Cows, but somebody is going to need to grab the Rainmaker. unable to get it. It has to reset, which is going to chew into the little bit of time that they have left. And now Tidal Disruption is kind of just whittling away a little bit as their front aggression is kind of being disassembled. We do see a hammer being thrown. 2 specials from Big Fat Seagulls. 15 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be the final push from Tidal Disruption if they want to continue in this set. 2 go down from them. 2 specials out. I know that Neptune is just saving that Zuka for when they crest the hill, and I'm really scared about it.
Yeah, they have Zuka and Bubble at the ready. Neptune is flanking, though, holding the Zuka, and it's going to lose it at a crucial moment. But this Maker has about half his time left, 30 seconds for Anon to make a huge push here, all the way down to 33 points or less. Here comes Zuka from Neptune. They were coolered up. They had the Zuka still. Maker is chipped half. It's going to be stuck behind his wall. Bomb is going to explode, but they parry the bomb!
No, wait,
forward! Oh!
So freaking
I think
close.
it was Mini on that pen who found that final pick through the grates, but Big Fat Sea Cows has a strong enough defense to stop that push at 44 and are going to take the set 3-1.
Oh my goodness, that was absolutely crazy. I think that if somebody was just able to cancel out Mini on the top right, they would have been able to make something happen, but it just seems like nobody was able to displace them and just leaving the Rainmaker in a very awkward spot. We just weren't able to displace her, and so now we are suffering.
Yeah. I mean, if I had a nickel for every game in the set for every Rainmaker game in the set that was separated by exactly 10 points, I would have 2 nickels, which it's not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
I mean, that's just Rainmaker for you. It's incredibly close and incredibly difficult to play. It's just, oh my goodness. I was astounded that Anon was able to live for so long, and it was looking so good for them, but Mini dropped and was able to get that tap shot.
I mean, I don't even know who got that pick. It felt like all of Big Fat Sea Cows was just collapsing on them, like, please get this pick, please die. And you know what? They were able to do it in for Big Fat Sea Cows, keeping the winner's bracket run alive. Tidal Disruption dropping down into the loser's bracket here. Their tournament run is not over by any means. I mean, SEC has been won from the loser's bracket before. I forget which one it was. It was 6 or 7 or 8. But a team lost round 1 and then went all the way and made like the entire run back. So tournament not over for Tidal Disruption by any means. But Big Fat Sea Cows going to start things off with a great win under their belts.
For sure. I do think both teams did a fantastic job at, proving why they're here. I mean, Tidal Disruption did a fantastic job, and it was basically like an unstoppable force versus an immovable object for the entire game. I definitely think that they kind of were running Big Fat Sea Cows for their money there. It was just an unfortunate, Rainmaker moment. But we are going to be getting into the players for a little bit. Let me go into it. Let me get my spreadsheet out.
yeah. Do your accountant thing. Get your spreadsheet.
The nerd
out.
emoji. Let me get my spreadsheet out.
I believe I have some data that is pertinent to this discussion.
Shut up. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, I don't need people to be mean to me right now. I'm on here.
I mean, hey, that's what I'm here for, I guess. That's why we got 2 casters in the booth. But yeah.
Okay, so I'm. You go. Sorry, I was talking over you again.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, no. I mean that set was crazy. I don't know. I just wanted to say that. If you have any specific players you want to get a live look into, we can take a look.
Let me see. I definitely. Lux did fantastic on the Wiper. I do want to get Lux's stats out maybe, and honestly, Nightmare was doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, if we
Nightmare
compare
was
Lux
sick.
and Nightmare, they were the 2 playmakers. It felt like
For sure. I mean, I will say that obviously Neptune did a fantastic job with the Zuka shots, but I do think that I don't know how Lux was able to get out that many stamps. Like,
so many hammers. No, and like Neptune also went crazy. It's just Lux, like, just found the most precarious hammers in the strangest spots and just stayed alive so incredibly, so consistently and so well throughout that whole set. It was just, I don't know. I mean, there were some big power plays. Of course, we talked about many on that pen. So incredibly good, and it's rare that you see a pen player spotlighted, but that's just testament to how strong Mini was in that set and how just good of a player they are. Because yeah, they hit some really key shots for them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I always hate when a stamp gets in my face, but it just happens sometimes and it's very scary. But I just want to know how much special charge up that they have on their kit and if I can have some. Please
They have
spare some special charge up for the kids, please.
infinity special charge up. You could never have enough.
You
yeah,
like
no,
clipped out during that and it sounded very scary.
Oh.
No, but it
Oh,
sounded
my bad.
cool, but like in a scary way.
I just have the aura, I guess. I don't know. The aura to make technology
You
fail.
kids with your new slang terms. I don't know much about that.
You're not that much older than me. You're only half a decade older.
Anyways,
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you.
No,
dearly.
you're
my
not.
first
You're not sorry. What if we have a
am.
domestic dispute on the stream? For the record, this is a bit.
friend. Yeah, this is a bit.
We're just a couple of besties.
We're just goofing and gapping a little bit.
I mean, why put us on comms together if we can't goof and gaff?
Right? Like, this is Splatoon. I feel like it's my God-given right to joke as much as possible.
I'm sorry, I just love the bit that the person in my ear is God.
No, it's a really good one. I like that a lot.
I'm getting word from Jesus Christ himself, and he's telling me that we're playing Rainmaker Scorch next.
And he turned the water in this bottle into wine. It's a miracle.
Oh, that's crazy.
But yeah, man, that was just, it was crazy.
That was the
Yeah.
set of all time.
It
What can
really
I
was.
say?
And you know what? For their troubles, Big Fat Sea Cows is gonna earn themselves a set against Unlimited Woomy United. So that's gonna be an interesting one, to say the least.
Oh, for sure.
The second round of winners. I think we're definitely gonna get some coverage on that on another stream. I mean, you got 4 streams to choose from.
We have 4 streams.
4.
4. I don't know if anybody's a metal fan in the chat, but there's like this pose that all new metal people do, and they go like this. Wait, no, they go like. I just look up the new metal hands pose because they do that all the time, and I think that like if I ever do like a drip pick with my team, I need to do this.
No, the Riptide drip picks could go crazy.
Oh my gosh, you need to come to Riptide.
I'm broke.
I know you're broke. I'm gonna spawn money into your wallet.
Yeah, you're an accountant. You can do that, right? That's how.
I don't have a lot of money. I just work with other people's money. Duh.
Well, what if you just? Oh no, I lose 10 grand. Oh, where did that go?
I don't want to lose my job.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty fair. Honestly, I don't think I would want to lose that job either.
Lose your job for Splatoon 3, everybody. That is what SplatoonTourney is advocating for.
Anyway, stay in school. Stay
that is
employed.
a joke and a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in school still. Stay in school unless you've graduated college. In which case, be free.
Oh my god,
as
you're
an
still in
adult.
school. That's so cute.
I know.
You're so cute and tiny. I could put you in my pocket.
I'm a senior in college. I graduate next year. Oh my god.
I'm a senior in college.
Look at me.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, so we are not. I don't think that we're going to be seeing Bitfair Sea Cows in a next set for us. Who do you think we're going to be seeing?
I believe, as God is like sort of relaying into my ear, I think we're going to be seeing Yellow Jackets up next with the winner of StarZ Impact and Xiphias as their opponent, and that's what I believe is still ongoing.
Ooh, that'll
So,
be fun. That'll be
doing
fun.
a bit of waiting, a bit of pondering. Allow me to ponder on my orb for just a little bit, but
yeah, we're just kind of chilling. We're just kind of chilling. My cat is sleeping back there. If anyone wants to wake him up,
Peter.
should I wake him up?
Oh, please don't. No, let Peter.
Oh,
chill.
there's also a gray cat.
Pebble. Oh, you can bother Pebble. He's awake.
Pebble, come here. Oh, big stretch. Come here. He just sneezed. That's kind of gross.
Oh well, bless you.
I found a new commentator.
Yeah,
Get a load
it's
of this
actually,
guy.
It's actually Pebble. It's no longer Nell.
It's no longer Nell, it's Pebble.
And some
the
say it
chat.
always has been.
Look at the chat. Look at the chat.
You can tell that he really wants to be here.
He does! He would jump off if he didn't. God. Like that, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, cats stream better than any tournament stream. Sometimes if they're on my lap, I'll like put my controller on their like fur, and I'm like, okay, you're better than me, man.
So true. No, they control your motion aim. You know, they decide if you hit your shots or not.
Stop twitching your damn tail. Stop being a menace.
What else
Bro's
is Pebble
pissed
do but be a
off.
menace?
But yeah. Anyways, how is everybody enjoying the update? Are you enjoying the update?
Oh, I mean, I'm loving the idea of the update. I haven't quite gotten to play the weapons yet, but
Oh, you're loving the concept of the update.
I love it as a concept. Yeah. Man, I really want to get my hands on that Dreadringer. Oh, I'm so excited to have a real special.
I played it in one match and I was really bad at it, and therefore it's a bad weapon.
Okay, but like, you just can't handle the Jimmy Neutron style of the Dreadringer. Like, that's okay.
What does that mean?
Sometimes you just can't handle the Jimmy Neutron style. And
What
like,
does Jimmy Neutron style have to do with it?
Did you never watch Jimmy Neutron?
I did. What does it have to do with the Dreadringer?
Just can't handle the Jimmy Neutron style. I
Okay,
guess.
my bad, chat. Okay, my bad. My bad.
Bobby.
Alright, my bad.
But yeah, I'm excited to get my hands on the new Dread. I know you've been having some fun with that Hydra Splatling.
Oh, beautiful Hydra splatling my wife. Who
They
said
gave it a
that?
kick.
Was that the wind? Who said that? Okay, we actually got the roster correct.
Nice!
Nice!
Big Fat Sea Cows in their full glory. With 2 Wiper players, as God intended.
As God intended, there are 2 Wiper players on the roster.
Yeah, I do want to note that unfortunately Mini has their weapons as Ballpoint and E-Leader, and they were likely forced to play Pen, so unfortunate. You know, sometimes an angel must lose its wings, but hey, at least they got the win.
Where's my heavy edit? Chat, where's my heavy edit? Is it bad now? Don't say that. Don't say that to me. Don't even
No,
put that
heavy edit's
thought in
really
my
good.
head.
Don't worry.
Don't even put that thought in my head. We
It's
see.
Lux!
Whoa, it's Lux! Big Fat
5.2
Sea
specials
Cows.
a game is crazy.
That's a lot of specials. I was wondering how many specials that they would be having, because they were popping hammer like every 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, 5 hammers a game, like, it doesn't sound like a lot, but we saw the work that Lux was doing with those hammers, and 1200 paint, I mean, it's Wiper, it paints a lot, so that was a big part of BFSC's map control. They had a lot of map control in that set, it felt like.
Oh, for sure. I definitely think that they really got their footing when they were able to get the ball rolling. If they were able to get some paint on the ground, they're like, all right, let's go. And I do want to give flowers to Minnie. Minnie was putting in the work to stabilize that team with a bunch of, no, I'm not going to say that on stream, but I feel like you can imagine what I was going to, just like little crazy nutcases of their teammates, you know?
With just a bunch of goobers that are trying to feed.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, and he just says, take my soda, go my scarabs, and oh boy do the scarabs go.
And oh boy, do they go.
Yeah, I mean, now that we have it working a bit more, I'd love to see a comparison between Neptune and Nightmare. I think it was the other V-Shot. Just comparing
Yes.
V-Shot versus V-Shot. I think that'd be kind of radical.
Snaps my fingers. Okay, God, can we compare Neptune and can we compare Alex, aka Nightmare, please?
Lord, hear my prayers.
Okay, it'll take 1 moment for God to cast their spell. So,
Yeah, God does not act instantaneously. You must stay loyal throughout the entire process.
thank you, God.
Hey, shout outs to God. I mean, this stream is dedicated to God.
Is
That's a
it
joke.
really? I don't think.
That's
Okay,
a
I'm not
joke.
gonna say that. Oh my God!
Oh,
Yay!
yeah.
They look so cool.
It's so cool. Wow, Nightmare
That
had
is not
the
surprising
KDR.
to me.
Oh my
That is
God,
not
the
surprising to
specials.
me.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, the specials. That is absolutely not surprising because Neptune was basically just being the Zuka bot the entire time. But also, he was really just kind of pushing forward into mid. I feel like Alex/Nightmare from Tidal Disruption was really just kind of like being the murderer.
Yeah, no, Alex was definitely killing. Like that. Now that I think about it, the KDR definitely makes a lot of sense for Alex to be slightly ahead. But you know, Neptune was making some crazy plays. I mean, getting 2 kills for every death. That you're pretty excited about that, especially if you're getting 4.5 zoom on average. Yeah, that's it's pretty good.
Oh, for sure. But overall, I think that really strong matchup. I really like seeing this matchup, the head-to-head, because you can tell that even if players play the same weapon, they can play it quite differently in different ways. And I love that a lot because Alex from Tidal Disruption was prioritizing playing the V-Shot and Gal. So that was really fun.
Hey, and G-Tech. Don't forget about that. We saw some glamour
and
shot.
T-Tech.
No, G-Tech, because of the glamour shot.
Oh, my bad.
I'm trying to put that out there, but I feel like it will not catch on.
The G-Tech?
Yeah.
But it's not but the point
you got
of
V-Tech, T-Tech, and G-Tech.
That's not
Go have fun.
But that's not okay. I really wish that I was seeing like new weapons as well, but you know, I can only have so many W's.
Right, yeah.
I can only have so many W's. Wait, can we do it? God, I have a request. Can we do another? Can we match Minnie and Anon, please?
Oh yeah, the pen players.
Yes. All right. God is casting their magic, and it will take a few minutes. So,
yeah.
No, a few seconds.
Yeah, and make sure you guys send your prayers to God, aka Justin Pipe Dream.
God bless.
Yeah. God bless, Pipe Dream bless, one and the same, as I always say.
Thank you to our really epic staff and streamers. Thank you. You guys are so epic and cool.
Yeah, I mean the staff, the production.
I have to do the Gen Z heart.
Oh
okay.
My goodness, Anon.
Okay.
5.0 KDR. That compared to 1.4, that's weird. I guess Minnie was
that's
just playing
really crazy.
A bit more aggressively.
I mean, Anon was probably playing a way more aggressive pencil, but Minnie was being a more like, you go into my area and I'll kill you if I look at you type pencil.
Yeah, or I think Minnie also got picked off a bit more, so that might have, reduced the kill-death ratio, but 5 coolers a game as opposed to 3, that's a huge difference maker.
Really close paint, though.
Yeah, really close paint. I mean, yeah, wow, 15 points differentiating them, but I mean, I guess you can kind of see where they're being allocated. Anon just, I guess, wasn't throwing the sodas as much as Minnie was, and it kind of, fed into how much more Big Fat Sea Cows was not only able to cycle their pressure with, someone like Lux, but keep constant specials at play with Lux getting 5 hammers a game and Neptune getting 4.5 Zukas a game.
Oh yeah, and for the chat, these are all stats from the qualifier rounds 2 weeks ago, so...
Oh.
So these stats are not from the previous games that we've seen, but they're from historical data.
Yeah, I'm chat in this instance, by the way. I also didn't know that. Oops.
Okay, chat. By the way, if you're not following, remember to follow SplatoonTourney on Twitch and YouTube. Or I don't know if it's SplatoonTourney on YouTube, but there are going to be 4 streams. There are 4 streams active right now. We do have SplatoonTourney, we have Dapple Productions, we have IPL Splatoon, and we have Under Pressure. So be sure to follow everybody and keep tabs on what everything's going on. I love Splatoon and I love this community and I love all the hard work that's been put into everything.
It's so awesome. I mean, yeah, I love Splatoon. I love my little merch. I mean, let me get my freaking keys here. Like on my keys, I have a little small fry guy.
Okay.
You can kind of see
key
him.
Key reveal.
Yeah, key reveal, and I got Big Man.
Big Man. He's
Big
so
Man.
Cute. Well, I have my Torre PNG Squid Kraken thing back there.
Yeah, that's a sick pillow with the Kraken.
It's so big.
It's so cool.
It's so big. Every time I go to sleep, I have to throw it on the ground because I'm like, you're so big. Get out of my bed.
Okay, but like that looks like a premium like travel pillow on the airplane. You just kind of wrap it around your head.
I feel like the
neck.
person sitting next to me would be absolutely evil if I brought that on the plane.
Yeah, but like that's their problem, you know. You're there to look cool. I mean, if you're going to Riptide, there's odds that you're going to be sitting next to a Splatoon player on the plane. So I think they'd
That's so embarrassing. Sorry, who said that? That's so embarrassing.
I know, other Splatoon players in the wild.
I don't know why I'm driving, but I'm driving.
Oh,
For the record, Riptide is a very big LAN event. If you are not familiar, Riptide is a very big LAN and Splatoon tournament that is hosted in Ohio at the Kalahari Resort. I'm driving there for some reason because my friends don't want to fly. Losers.
Okay, but you're also not flying, so aren't you also?
Yeah, but I'm doing it for my friends.
Okay,
I hashtag I'm doing it for my friends.
Oh, that's hashtag wholesome.
Okay,
how long is the drive to Sandusky? I imagine it's like 20
It is
hours.
8 hours.
8 hours? That's it? Maybe I'm too Texas.
What do you mean that's it?
Nothing.
Well, I know that you're from the beautiful state of Texas. That is gigantic.
I'm
and if
deep
you go,
in the heart of Texas. 8 hours won't even get you across the border. Like,
that's crazy to me.
It's crazy to me too, by the way.
But yeah, I'm from the beautiful state of Virginia. I have to do the Gen Z heart. I am from the beautiful state of Virginia, and if you are in Virginia or in the DC or in the Maryland area, you should go to Anarchy Nova, which is a LAN event that I am going to be helping TO along with Strings. So
yeah,
remember, sign up. It's next month.
Strings well known for TOing other great events such as SAC Season 10 finale.
Oh my god, there's a weird animal behind me. Ew.
there's a piece of roast chicken on your bed.
Ew. Oh my goodness. Hi chat. I'm being told hi chat.
We both have our own orange beasts. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean you can't really tell a difference between the two of them.
Yeah, they're both beings of mass destruction.
Yay! I got word that God, aka Pipe Dream GX, is going to Anarchy Nova.
Nice. Let's go.
Don't let our hard work. I was about to say, don't let our hard work pay off. Please let our hard work pay off.
Pause. Rewind.
Hold on, I'm a little stupid.
Hey, you know what? It's Saturday, end of the work week, brain off mode. It's chill. We're chill.
Don't even talk about my brain. There's nothing going on up there.
Nothing going on.
Whoa.
Oh.
Sorry, there's a small animal.
Pebble back in the building.
Pebble's back, by the way.
It's just the way you hold his head.
He's fine with it.
It's so funny.
Are there any PD and Pebble fans in the chat?
Me! Two hands up. I have 2 hands, one to pet each of your beautiful cats.
Everybody needs to go pet my cats right now. Hold cat gently like hamburger.
That's the real reason to go to Anarchy Nova, is to get an opportunity to meet Peter and Pebble.
It's like you're gonna need to, like, my words aren't working right now. There's a cat on my lap. I don't know what you want from me.
Oh, new set inbound?
New set?
I've got a premonition from God himself that we might have a new set.
God is here, and God is saying that we're doing a new match, and I see heavy edit. I see heavy edit. Ooh, heavy edit, please.
If my eyes do not deceive me, I think StarZ Impact made a full reverse 3-0 up against Xiphias to stay in winner's bracket here. So, yeah, StarZ Impact versus Yellow Jackets is going to be our winners round 2 set. Is that an H3 nozzle nose and an H3 nozzle nose?
Oh my goodness, that is epic. Also, my girlfriend wants a shout out. Hi, Hannah.
Shout outs to Hannah.
Shout outs to Hannah. Okay. We're back here. We do see.
Wait, okay. Yellow Jackets has the most awesome comp I've ever seen in my life in terms of double Tetra plus H3 plus Sploosh plus Cooler.
Yeah, I am really excited to see if they're gonna pull out the new H3. What is the kit on that, by the way?
It is Suction Strikes. It is the Splash kit.
Ooh.
And honestly, like, I know Neo Splash is pretty good at what it does, but I think H3, like, low-key, has a chance, because that thing gets so many strikes.
I am really excited to see Yellow Jackets versus StarZ Impact. Let me get my spreadsheet out to see if there's anything I can talk about them.
Oh man.
Oh, okay, so Sig on their spreadsheet says edit nouveau. And I'm like, okay, I better see that then. I'm gonna call you out on Blue Sky if I don't see edit nouveau. If you put it on your spreadsheet, I'm gonna expect to see it. And we're going Zones Crab like first match. Okay, we may be seeing edit. We may be hopefully not seeing pencil because I'm heavily biased.
I'm sorry to say, no, we might be seeing some. But hey, maybe we'll see some credit cards being swiped. I kind of doubt it, but yeah, pen is definitely the weapon of all time. I got a little bit of a look into StarZ Impact comp. And I think I saw a blaster player there as well, so that's going to be fun for me to watch, if nothing else. But yeah, Zones Crab League to start things off, a very wide open Zones map, but one that Penn kind of dominates on more than it does in the rest of the game.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really curious to see if they are going to pull out the H3, because I'm not really seeing it in their roster spreadsheet. It is on the graphic, but not in the spreadsheet. So we'll see what happens. That could just be a little silly goose moment, but I really want it to not be a silly goose moment. I want that comp to be real.
Yes, please. I mean, look, I'm just saying, if Storm picks the VH3, then that means Sig does not need to play Cooler. That means Sig can play Credit.
Stocks are saying that Credit is going to be viable.
Credit to the moon. Oh, well, let's look at General Storm on the Yellow Jackets. That
get your paint up. Who said that?
Yeah, that does not look like H3 paint numbers. I'm sorry to say that.
Oh my goodness, this is so evil. I need more paint. This is so evil. Why are they playing 52 and not? This is so
the
evil.
Support player in use sees a paint value that does not. That's less than 1,000.
Okay,
mechanics.
For the record, I'm heavily biased because I'm a support player. I be painting the floor.
Yeah.
Sorry if that's controversial to the viewers, but I paint the floor.
I mean, I mostly played RB when I did comp, so I'm used to not painting the floor. So...
You're evil for that, actually.
Teehee. I was losing. Hey, look, the game just came out and we were losing to leader. I will not apologize.
The game did what?
And you know, we're so proud of her.
Good for her.
Good for her. But yeah, Jojo the one going to be the blast player for StarZ Impact. We're also going to be seeing a dually specialist for StarZ Impact. We did just get 3 new dually kits. One of which is definitely a little bit weaker than the other two, but it's fine. It's chill.
Why don't you say her full name if you're going to call her out?
I don't remember the name. Is it Hove's dually sculpture?
Hooves.
I don't remember. I know
it's
it's HDS. I forget what the H stands for.
Hydra Splatling.
Okay, so now you can't make fun of me because you're stupid too.
What? I'm readying my tomatoes.
No, don't throw tomatoes at me.
I'm gonna throw tomatoes at you, and they're gonna make a cartoonish splat sound as they get on your head.
Oh my god, splat like Splatoon. It's a Splatoon reference.
No, splat like heavy splatling, dum dum.
But the game is called Splatoon.
I mean, so they say.
Heavy
Headits on the screen. Headits on the screen.
Hey, how are those paint numbers? Those paint numbers more to your liking?
That's okay. Oh my god, I have to be in favor of Illumi's fit. Honestly. That's a really good fit.
That's kind of raw.
Why am I pitting two beautiful heavy edit mains against each other again?
That's true. Why must we fight when we can instead hold hands and dance off into the sunset?
That's so true, actually. Specials 2.41. I hate when I get only half a special out. That sucks. I know that these are just like average stats, but I had to make that joke. I had to make that joke.
Wait, accountants doesn't know how averages works?
No.
Wait a minute.
Do you expect me to know what numbers mean? I play Splatoon. Are you joking?
Well, you'll notice there's a lot of numbers in Splatoon if you look at the results screen.
Do you think I look at the results screen?
I was gonna say I think you look at the lead values, but I'm not convinced you look at the monitor. So, who's to say?
That's what I'm talking about.
I think you just spend all your attention looking at your cats, which is...
So the last person on StarZ Impact, how do I pronounce that name?
Square.
Okay, my bad. My bad, chat.
Or just the dually player. I don't know.
All right.
It's kind of it's an interesting choice. It has character. We'll put it
I
like
think that anybody playing anything aside from Hedda is an interesting choice.
Okay, but what now stay with me here. What if that other option was like a Dreadringer? Wouldn't that be awesome?
I'm like I said before, I played it once and I was really bad at it.
Okay, well, your skill issue is not my problem.
Do you like my Lafufu?
It's a really cute Lafufu.
Do you like my Lafufu?
Lafufu, oh my god, Fufu mention!
Can we get a showcase of the animal? Look at his feet.
Does Pebble like to be dangled? Can you dangle him and he'll like...
I did dangle him and he didn't, well, he's pretty tolerant for a lot of things. He's pretty tolerant.
you do mess with both of your cats a lot. I would expect them to be tolerant.
If they're my animals, why can't I mess with them a little bit and be silly?
Oh man. Is that how you treat your teammates as well? Anyway,
So
going
true.
right into
We're
game
going
one.
into it!
Oh man, we're seeing a synced up banner here on the right side of our screen. I love to see it, and we're getting right
I
into
see
it.
a crab! I see a crab! I see a head!
I see dual exposures. The HDS that they still don't know what it stands for is coming out, and so is the Jetpack
Hooves.
L3.
Those are
This
his
is
hooves.
awesome. It's hooves,
Okay,
it's
this is
actually
awesome. The
hooves.
comps are epic. I'm really excited about this. We are seeing the new H3 already getting a jet out quite soon. I mean, not yet. I'm a little bit looking into the future here, but they are going to be able to get a jet out, able to find a pig. Dio is going absolutely crazy on the new H3. I love seeing H3 be used. It brings me joy in my little cold heart.
L3, I mean, L3 with Jetpack is classic from S2. It's so nice to see it finally have it back. The Dually Sculptures definitely has the kit of all time, but it doesn't seem to matter if you're really good with the main weapon. But yeah, we're gonna be seeing an early lead by Yellow Jackets in that yellow ink. I mean, kind of fitting here. Getting it down to 55 and still holding on to the zone, but StarZ in fact gonna throw that screen into the middle of the snap here. Atarius gonna be popping that Zuka as well, but the last one alive, and the lead is continuing to fall apart. The bombs are gonna find the pig. Yellow Jackets, you know, we were goofing and gapping a bit. Yellow Jackets is close to a knockout already.
Yeah, Yellow Jackets is wasting no time, already chewing through about 75 points, and now they only have 20 ticks left. With only a minute into the match, it's just they are going a little bit crazy. 2 down. Ali is getting 2 picks, and they're fighting for a third. Able to get the third pick, just have to squid bag a little bit, and that's the first game.
Yeah, I mean, if there's going to be one player to watch on Yellow Jackets roster, it is going to be Ali on that Tetris. They are very dedicated to that weapon. They have been since the game came out, and they've only just gotten better and better with it. So watch out for Ali. They are a force to be reckoned with, and they showed that by getting a triple to close out game 1.
Can I ask a stupid question?
Go for it.
Is the short one H3 or L3?
It's L3. It's...
Okay. Sorry, chat. I was being inaccurate. And we're watching a replay from the last game.
Yeah, because the L in L3 stands for light, and the H in H3 stands for heavy.
Oh! Oh, that's so smart, actually. Oh, that's so cool.
Alternatively, it could be little and huge, but I think it's supposed to be light and heavy.
Little and huge, that's what they stand for. But Ali was going a little bit crazy on those dualies. I mean, you love to see it. You'll love to see it, and you just had to have a little bit of a dance at the end. I don't even blame them for doing that.
Not at all. Yeah, I mean, just a very... I mean, that was a 100-0, one and done push to knock out there for Yellow Jackets, and I mean, yeah, they're seed number 2 in this tournament for a reason. They're a very strong team, and StarZ Impact, they, you know, have wind in their sails. They just reverse swept Xiphias, but now you're up against a really strong team. Counterpick going to be top tier for TC on Shipshape.
For sure. So TC Shipshape, that may be... Hopefully it will be a longer match. We'll see if it's a knockout again. I will say that this map mode does have the capability to be very snowbally if you're able to get past the first check, and because once you get past the first check, the points really melt away quite quickly. So we'll see how that works. I hope that it's going to be a little bit more balanced. I do think that I want to see the L3 come back. Sorry, my brain had to think heavy or light. Is
it little or is it huge?
Is it little or is it huge? Sorry, my brain had to work a little bit overtime.
But yeah, no. Yeah, like you said, the in-between points kind of don't matter. I feel like I break check 1 and I black out and then 40 points are gone from the screen. And then I wake up and I'm already fighting for my life at the second checkpoint.
That's how I am when I drive.
Okay, maybe that's not the best example we can use for this now.
I just brake check and then I black out and then I'm at the second checkpoint.
Please tell me that's not how you're driving Riptide. Please tell me that's not what the... Someone take the keys away.
Tucking my hair behind my ear.
Bag.
Well, I didn't even ask God what the next map is. No, I didn't need to. I knew what it was. Okay.
Yeah, God told us with actions rather than words.
We see the... No, I'm not going to say that. We see the mini. We see a new mini.
New mini and new dually. All the new weapons are coming out in full swing in this set. I am loving
Oh, this is cooking. Oh, this is cooking. Sig, God bless America. God bless you. You are in my heart today. I do love a good Splatling. Sorry, I'm a heavily unbiased caster. I just see a Splatling and I kind of black out and I brake check people.
Oh my god. But yeah,
okay,
Sig is playing the brand new mini Splatling here with the Beacon and the Zuka. A bit of a nod to a kid that had in Splatoon 1, funny enough. But yeah, already we're seeing neutral play in this map. Yellow Jackets trying to find some picks. The G-Tech going to find a pick with a Kraken, but it's actually going to swim off the map, unfortunately. StarZ Impact going to get on the tower. 3 go down on the side of Yellow Jackets. It's just going to be Sig trying to rally some jump points, but that 52 gal is going to be enough to stop. And yeah, StarZ Impact continuing their push, getting the lead and going toward that first checkpoint.
For sure, 2 down from Yellow Jackets, and StarZ Impact is going to get to the first checkpoint. If they are able to get through the first checkpoint, then like we said before, the points are just going to melt away. Ali is trying to make something happen, unable to get a pick. We are going to see the Booyah Bomb come out from the recently nerfed, God bless America, S-Blast 90, whatever. I'm sorry. Like you said, we're already at 33 points, Pinky. There's 3 down from Yellow Jackets. Where is that momentum that they had in the previous match? It just seems like they are kind of on the back foot this time. I
mean, yeah, that's just kind of what happens on this map. You kind of lose focus for a little bit and you lose that first checkpoint. And those checkpoints are both really big bottlenecks. So losing that first checkpoint, not what you want to see. Yellow Jackets at least didn't stop StarZ Impact from getting any work done on that second checkpoint for the most part, but 28 is quite a hefty lead for just the first push of this game. Yellow Jackets has to find a way to sort of retaliate. I mean, they're once again adorned in that yellow ink, and they are able to find 3 picks on StarZ Impact, so their counter push is going pretty well so far, but now they're going to meet their first big test at that first checkpoint.
Can I just say, they were holding 3 specials for a while there, and I was like sweating. I was like a little bit nervous. I was like, okay, they're holding 3 specials. I am kind of afraid of what they're cooking, but they are able to break through the first checkpoint, and those points are absolutely melting away. Nightmare is back in mid, managing to get a pick and able to cancel the tower from pushing forward any further. They're really trying to get Dio, able to get Dio. Very strong showing from Nightmare, able to cancel that push before they were able to get any more points. And now StarZ Impact, it seems like they've gotten their footing that they were needing in the first match, and so now we are just kind of painting mid and really trying to solidify that win by continuing to push here. We do see a Booyah at the ready, so that'll come out soon.
Yeah, and I'm loving seeing Nightmare on the, I believe, the Twinkle Splat releases with the Fizzy Bomb and the Bubble. Bubble's, you know, very classic special on tower control, so picking that over the more standard Crab Tank variant definitely makes sense to get some good pushes by the checkpoint, and Fizzy is just such a strong sub-weapon. But yeah, back onto the second checkpoint here. This Edit and Nightmare trying to fight this battle and trying to hold onto this checkpoint for a few more points to get it broken. They're breaking past checkpoint 2. Lead is at 18. No threat of knockout at the moment, but a lead of 18 is exactly what you want on this map. Clearing both the checkpoints, and now, I mean, Yellow Jackets really has to work it out for them if they want to win this game too.
You are absolutely correct. That final checkpoint is really the last foothold that the team has in order to confirm a win. So it is kind of free for StarZ Impact if they are able to get a tower back in their favor. But Yellow Jackets still has to chew through those points. And with 2 going down, they do have strikes at the ready to kind of stabilize their team, unable to get them out. It's just the mini back on the side of Yellow Jackets. I believe that's Sig. They are going to just stabilize here. They are being snuffed out by JoJo, but you know, StarZ Impact, they're kind of sitting pretty right now. They have the final check. They just need to hold it. There's only a minute left, and so I mean, it's still technically anybody's game, but it's looking really good for StarZ Impact here.
Yeah, I mean, StarZ Impact definitely, you know, they're sitting pretty at this point in time. There's a minute left on the clock. They do have a lead by a considerable margin, and they still have a full checkpoint to work with. Not to mention, between the S-Blast and the Gal, they've got pretty good ways to contest that last checkpoint once, if and when Yellow Jackets make it there. And, I mean, I love what StarZ Impact is doing. Just trying to keep control of the tower, keep that passive special charge going, and keep that tower, you know, far, far away from where it needs to be. So now, I mean, StarZ Impact is able to really delay that push from Yellow Jacket. Now Yellow Jackets is only really getting this lead in overtime, so that's a lot more breathing room for StarZ Impact, but they have to be careful. Tower is still moving by. Sig is going to be the one sitting on that tower, and StarZ Impact is starting to stagger here a bit now.
For sure. I definitely think that StarZ Impact is feeling the heat. They are going down. It is what basically a delayed wipe, and I know that Yellow Jackets is going to have to go onto the top right area in order to confirm their lead. We do see strikes going out in top right. Nobody's on the tower. It's only Dio on the tower, and there's a wipe. Oh my goodness.
That was so close. Just 8 points away from that lead, but that second checkpoint, so incredibly hard to break through. The strikes just not quite at the right place at the right time to find those picks. And 3 quickly go down on the side of the Yellow Jackets. StarZ Impact is able to tie the set count up 1-1.
For sure. Honestly, like, that is just how that map mode goes. If you're able to get to the final checkpoint, it's just a matter of who is able to sit on the tower the longest, and it just was an unfortunate timing that nobody was able to get to top right. We were able to clear out top right, but it was just, you know, 3 went down, and that was all she wrote. So it is pretty even. We're going 1-1, and so next is going to be a counter pick. We aren't too sure what the next map mode is going to be, but I'm sure God will tell us quite shortly.
Yeah. I'm sure God will answer our calls very quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're just kind of waiting from the message from up above, I guess. But yeah, this has been a fun set so far. I mean, game 1, maybe not so fun if you're a fan of StarZ Impact, but game 2 at least was very back and forth. Counter pick once again on Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track, and this is going to be interesting. You know, I said earlier, every team has a normal comp and a humpback comp, so I'm kind of curious what the humpback comp is going to entail for both these guys.
I'm not too sure, but I mean, I definitely expect to see Allie. I believe it's Allie. Let me double check that name. Yes, it is Allie. She's kind of tearing it up on the Dark Tetra dualies. So, I mean, dualies on this map are kind of a huge force to be reckoned with. So I will be a little bit scared of her, in a healthy way, in a way that's like, okay, I'm scared.
Yeah, I did see screen a bit earlier. There's the sploosh-o-matic. Let's go, Dio.
The sploosh. We see the sploosh.
Oh, we're going to be seeing the Twinkles dualies yet again. Sig is going to be going onto that Zimmy with the bubble, with the Disruptor combo, and Storm sticking with that G-Tech or the Glamour shot. But yeah, Dio pulling out the sploosh-o-matic, and I've seen Jeff gameplay. I know what this weapon can do.
I've seen Jeff gameplay as well. I would like to commend Yellow Jackets for having no tacticooler on their comp. They're just going in with a dream, and I love that for them. They do have the stability of the bubble here from Sig, but unfortunately Sig is one of the last people alive with holding the Rainmaker, and they are going to be collapsed upon unless Dio has anything to do with it, but that range is just unfortunately not enough in order to make something happen. Sig is somehow still alive, just kind of trying to live in mid here, and StarZ Impact is now given mid just kind of in their pocket as they're able to kind of hurtle towards the next check. It just has to be they just gotta go.
Yeah, that was unlucky terrain there for Nightmare. Just tried to pop the bubble and then got slidered, and then tried to leave the bubble and then got splooshed down. Oh, the hammer barely is going to miss the jump pad. It's actually going to get taken down for it. This has been a very impactful match to start things off here as the Yellow Jackets hold on to a very narrow lead, but, you know, it's Humpback. No lead is a safe lead unless it's a knockout, and both these teams know that very, very well. So StarZ Impact trying to get another go around at this push here. Maker's going to be held by this edit player. Kraken trying to find some picks. Going to find one. Going to find 2 in the middle of the map, though. But the lead's going to be swapped here. Checkpoint, though, not quite going to be broken just yet.
A very sneaky checkpoint right there. They weren't able to get it just yet, but StarZ Impact does have a Booyah Bomb at the ready. It seems like they are going to have to just kind of get that Rainmaker out of their area, though, in order to get the lead. I am just Oh my goodness, 2 down from the side of Yellow Jackets. They do have 2 specials available and ready. We are still fighting for that checkpoint, and they are able to break through the checkpoint, which is huge for this map mode. It all depends on like who's able to run it faster, and if StarZ Impact is able to kind of get a foothold here and run the Rainmaker, they can get some pretty good points, but I'm not sure they're in the perfect state in order to run it, but they are able to run it for 43 points.
I mean, look, it's better than nothing, and it's definitely better than what Yellow Jackets has started to score so far. So 43, decent enough lead, and I think they were able to stall it a little bit more with a cheeky little flank. So stalling time, biting time, stalling out resources best they can. Both these teams only have their bubble at the ready. Dio going to be swimming in with the swiftness, though, with that hammer, trying to get the pick onto Sig. Slider as well, going to be clearing this area a little bit, but neither are going to find a pick, crucially, and that Rainmaker is not in position to play off of all that pressure. So both of those specials were kind of wasted in the accomplishment. Very little in that.
Yeah, I really liked the idea of those specials. Unfortunately, it didn't just like it didn't fruit with anything, but 3 go down from StarZ Impact. That is a wipeout, absolutely paving the way for Yellow Jackets to get a good foothold and maybe even a lead here. We are going to need to pop the bubble and get back in. Sig is going to grab the Rainmaker, and with the safety of that bubble, they are able to run it to a lead of 22 points, and the podium is painted, so they are able to maybe make something happen, but 2 go down, and StarZ Impact is really just clearing out the area to make sure that they are not able to move that Rainmaker any further. But now that we're coolered up, we're going to try and take the right area that is a little bit safer.
Sorry, can we just point out that mid-game replay? This production is crazy, okay? Sound is a pipe dream. My go. Regardless, though, Yellow Jackets has that lead at 22. That is a pretty solid lead. Just overall, but already StarZ Impact back on the response here, and they're gonna have the bubble there. Oh, but the slider is so good at clearing the bubble, and the hammer throw is gonna find the pick on the gal as well. That push is dead in the water. StarZ Impact barely able to improve their lead to 37, but not enough to get close to that lead that Yellow Jackets set just a bit ago. So we are entering the last minute of regular time here. Yellow Jackets, the name of their game is just trying to stall the push for as long as possible and just keep all their resources active for the inevitable counter push. And they have the slider, they have the Kraken, they can go headhunting for this Rainmaker at any time. StarZ Impact really has to work it out for them here.
For sure. We don't see any specials out on Yellow Jackets' side. I believe that Sig is just trying to stall out and make sure to buy them time. Sig does go down, unfortunately, but I mean, the Rainmaker is not in an opportune place for StarZ Impact in order to make a lead here. We are going to have to make the very long trek all the way to the right side of the map, and we kind of are going to need a lot of specials or maybe even a miracle to happen. There is a flank from Storm, getting 2, getting 3. Crazy, absolutely crazy play, absolutely just kind of throwing a wrench in StarZ Impact's push, and now it seems borderline impossible for them to make a lead swap happen unless you grab the Rainmaker right now and make something happen. But oh my god, we're entering overtime, and I'm just on the edge of my seat.
It's just one flank away, and the disruptors as well from Sig is going to make it so hard for these guys to push through such a narrow choke point. Right now, StarZ Impact trying to do everything they can to clear out this area, get some blue paint on the floor, get rid of that Yellow Jackets color as best they can, but they've already burned half the Rainmaker timer, and the Kraken is coming, head hunting for this Maker. Victoria's forced to run away, circle around the Kraken, bring around the Rosie, 30 seconds left on this timer. And they get picked off, but their hammers at the ready, the sliders at the ready, the bubbles
Look at all their
ready.
specials!
Everything is ready, and StarZ Impact has nothing ready at the moment for their own counter push here. It's so incredibly close right now between both these teams, but StarZ Impact just cannot get their foot in the door right now.
We're playing a game of chicken here, and it's just like whoever is able to get last up. We just see the Heavy Head and the Rainmaker here. It's quite easy to get. Oh my god, they only have 6 seconds left. They're gonna have to hurry. Oh my goodness, the last minute of that match was absolutely insane, Pinky. It just feels like they were playing a game of chicken. Both teams were just like, all right, you make the first move, we'll be ready. And it's like, no, okay, I'm scared.
I just want to point out the curling bomb from Dio was the one that got that last pick on the Rainmaker. So it's not too often you see games end of competitive Splatoon end via curling bomb. But
curling bomb stocks are up, chat.
Dio was able to grant that to us. I mean, like 30 weapons got curling bomb in the last patch, so curling stocks are definitely up. But yeah, it's always fun to see some sploosh. And my goodness, Storm on this Kraken was just crazy. Time and again, Sig was such good support. Dio on the sploosh, so obnoxious, and Ali, as always, so good with those sliders. Such a good game from Yellow Jackets.
absolutely a force to be reckoned with. And just, I want to commend Yellow Jackets and their ability to kind of hold their specials for the best opportunity. I will say that they kind of just are able to hold their specials until they know that they can get some purchase out of it. And it's so fun to see. It's really great. Like just Ali with the Reef Slider and then the hammer. And they're able to cycle these specials in such a strong way to make it incredibly difficult to whomever they're fighting.
Yeah, I mean, Yellow Jackets just so incredibly strong, and with such a weird comp, it's so hard to get used to, it feels like. But you're just dealing with Tetris running at you, you're dealing with Krakens running at you, you're dealing with mini Splatling and just Splatling in general from Sig, giving so much strong standard fire, and just Dio being a bit of a wild card, honestly, but just doing it so well. So good job to Yellow Jackets. They are at set point right now. Game 4 underway here. Zones on Umami Ruins.
So I think that Zone's Umami is, even though it was a counter pick, I think it will still be in Yellow Jackets' favor because they have that team coordination that is so strong. This is the type of map mode that really needs a strong coordination in order to make sure that we're talking about the correct zone here. We're all looking at the same people, making sure that your sides are watched. There is no backline from the side of Yellow Jackets, and we kind of love to see it, actually. Sig on that mini is going to be holding down the fort here, and, same comp from StarZ Impact, but they do have the regular V dualies.
Yeah, as opposed to the Twinkle dualies, and also we're seeing the return of the L3 with the Inkjet once again here, being pulled out by Yellow Jackets, and already Dio on this L3, moving quite fast, popping that Inkjet as well, trying to find some picks by the zone. Is going to get some assists, going to actually find the pick onto that heavy edit, cutting off that cooler supply. Going to be taken down by the Blaster there, but Notorious still trying to just run around the zone as best they can with TQ Gal. So incredibly fast with the sprint speed, but it is just so incredibly hard. Both these teams fighting for a strong control because the lead is at 97-98. Like, that is going to... Basically, this game is just kind of waiting for a solid wipeout.
For sure. The Crab is trying to snuff out Ali, unable to find anything, but Ali does go down. We do see Sig trying to hold down the fort with a Zuka at the ready for when StarZ Impact kind of makes their entrance here. I believe that Sig is probably waiting for the Booyah to come out to absolutely cancel that. We do see it cancel, but the Booyah does come out, not able to find anybody here. The points are kind of melting away to 79. Not quite a strong lead, but we are going to be needing to see Yellow Jackets really, locking in on the same side of the zone. We need to see StarZ Impact have a penalty if we're going to be able to have some purchase in this match. It just seems like StarZ Impact is really keeping hold of the zones here.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of starting to run away with it. They have solid control of the zone. Here comes that Inkjet, though, to try and cancel this Crab and trying to find some picks, but Dio just a little bit too far away to reliably hit these shots right now. Trying to find the pick on the Blasters, but able to find the assist, but the Dualies are going to get killed, as is the 52 Gal, and Yellow Jackets continuing to stagger just a little bit too much right now. StarZ Impact, I mean, heavy edit setting up on the enemy dome, it's just kind of a recipe for disaster here, and Yellow Jackets really fumbling to find a good response. 20 points left on this timer. Ali trying to find the pick. That's a wipeout, and that is surely going to spell the end for Game 4. Nell, I think we are going to a Game 5 here.
Oh my goodness. Is it Christmas? Is it my birthday? I'm so happy to see a Game 5 between these two teams. I love the weapons that each team picked. I definitely think that they showcase the strengths. I'm not really sure, why Yellow Jackets was in that sort of a stagger, but I will say that StarZ Impact was able to capitalize off of that phenomenally. Like you said, the heavy edit on that dome, it's very difficult to get somebody like that off of there, but it really, really strong foothold from StarZ Impact.
Thank you, Lord Pipedream, for blessing the SplatoonTourney stream with a Game 5 set here in round 2 of Winner's Bracket. Winner of the set, by the way, is going to make it into winner side top 8, I believe, and guaranteed a 5th place at worst. So a good amount of stakes on the line. And of course, the further you make it into Winner's Bracket, the easier of a time you are going to have to win this tournament. I'm sure both these teams are looking to do so here. Game 5, Clam Blitz on Sconch Gonch here. Oh
my goodness. I know that somebody named Clam Blitz in the chat is going to be quite excited about this one.
Hey, shout out to Clam Blitz, sound off. This is your moment.
Shout out to Clam Blitz if you're still here. I know that you like Clam Blitz.
Maybe they just hate Clambless, actually, and it's all just a
I
facade.
personally think that Scorch Clams is a very strong map. I think that it's difficult. It's quite difficult, but it's very good too. I think I have a little bit more fun with it than Rainmaker. Let's put it this way. So.
And you know what? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Scorch Clams, it's just, it all comes down to that one choke point that we all know and we all have known since before the game came out. There is, though, that little Great Path, and Sig has been running Splatlings. Both these teams have been running Splatlings, and, you know, Splatlings are known to run fast. You've also seen dualies from both teams, so that Great Flank is a little bit more practical here than it would be, but regardless, Game 5 in front of us here between StarZ Impact and Yellow Jackets. We're going to be seeing the shot come out as well as the new mini Splatling. Other side, I think we're seeing a blaster here from JoJo for the first time this set.
Yep, that is a new weapon that we're seeing. We are seeing JoJo on the blaster, but we're going to continue to see Yellow Jackets run things that we've seen them run before, but it works for them. I'm really happy to see, you know, new weapons being played. We do see Ali take a scrappy fight on the right, resulting in a trade, but Storm is going to try and cancel the Tacticooler, unable to cancel the Tacticooler completely, but they are able to, you know, to just kind of chew up people that are trying to get the Tacticooler. So that is a fantastic job for Yellow Jackets. Very strong first fight. We do see Storm with the Kraken trying to get some purchase, absolutely forcing them to scramble in the left checkpoint, and we are just kind of going through with it here. There aren't enough clams at the ready for Yellow Jackets to make a firm push just yet, but it is looking pretty good for them.
Yeah, Storm went kind of crazy on that opening. Found 3 quick ones, was able to push all the way in and get an assist with that Kraken thereafter. But not really going to lead to much. This map is very hard to score on, as you know, I talk about time and time again. So first minute, we're not seeing any scores. We're just going to be in here for some good old-fashioned Clambless neutral. We might be running back that Barnacle game from last set, but who is to say? We will find out in a few minutes' time, that is for sure. But 2 go down on the side of the Yellow Jackets, 3 down actually, and StarZ Impact ready to make an impact, already getting the first score on the board and scoring some more clams thereafter.
For sure, StarZ Impact is wasting no time throwing all of their clams into the basket, getting the score down to 47. We are seeing the members of StarZ Impact kind of vacate the area to go back and get some more clams, which is, I don't know if I would recommend that. I think I would probably recommend let's stay here and just continue our push, but it was still a very good first push for them. And their Yellow Jackets, like I said before, their special coordination is quite strong and a formidable force to be reckoned with. We do see Hammer and Zuka getting cycled out. Hammer is able to get one, unable to find another just yet, but it does, you know, get some wind in their sails so that they're able to make a push. We do see a strong showing of clams on the side of Yellow Jackets, so hopefully they're able to make something happen once they farm those specials once more.
Yeah, and I believe this is the first time they said we're also seeing Dio on the wipers, so both these teams made some adjustments heading into this Game 5. They know what's at stake here. About half of this game's regular timer has elapsed, so, you know, Yellow Jackets, they still have time to make this push happen, but the clock is definitely ticking for them. And StarZ Impact, they put that lead at a very strong point. 47 is below that 60-point threshold I like to point out on Clambless specifically, so, you know, Yellow Jackets has their work cut out for them here, and they're going to go 3 down in the meantime. Storm, the last one alive. Nightmare popping the crab on this flank area. Flank is also going to be taken by other members here of StarZ Impacting this crab. Fully just patrolling this area here, allowing Artorias to get so close to a score. Power Clam is so close to being killed here by Artorias, but the Hammer is going to throw a wrench into the works and find a nice double there. That's
oh my gosh!
Response.
Crazy play from Dio with the Hammer. Very fantastic showing. They are just kind of throwing clams left and right, trying to get a power clam to happen to open that basket. We don't really have enough clams in order to make a lead swap just yet, but if they are able to kind of get a foothold into very strong positions here, then maybe we can see a lead swap happen, but unfortunately Sig is just not able to make a score as they are going down to a bomb. Storm is able to get 2, thankfully, and we do see 2-2 on both sides. The Hammer is going to be canceled. Unfortunately, we don't have a cooler to back us up and keep these specials like StarZ Impact does, so we are able to throw a ball into the enemy basket, only leading to 80.
All that action and only 20 points to show for it. Yellow Jackets, I mean, they had some beautiful special play there, but it just did not result in the score, and they're going to go 2 down. really quickly here, a Nightmare going to jump back, regroup with the rest of the team a little bit, and StarZ Impact already looking to push once again. JoJo has this bubble set up by the basket, has 7 claims as well, and they're going to find the 8th for that basket breaker here with just a minute to go. It's not quite advised to give Yellow Jackets an extra PD claim at this stage of the game, but now, I mean, StarZ Impact can potentially go for the knockout, and they're keeping Yellow Jackets in a stagger so effectively right now. Lead sits at 32, and this Dooley has a few more claims to get to the basket if they can make it there in time. And yeah, it looks like this lead's going to be going down a little bit. Just press the A button by the basket. 20 points to go. And still points are being scored, but the hammer from Dio is able to clear the area just a little bit.
Oh my goodness, their points are down to 17 and the basket is still open, and StarZ Impact, they make Yellow Jackets go 3 down, and we are seeing the same play that we did earlier. We see the bubble under the basket, able to provide some stability and just prevent Yellow Jackets from doing literally anything. There's 12 seconds left on the board. We are running out of time for Yellow Jackets to have a formidable push, and this is set point, so hopefully we'll be able to make something happen. But 3 go down from Yellow Jackets, and it's just Sig with the Zuka here and a single power clam, and I'm not too sure if we're going to be able to see them to make something happen.
It's all down to overtime here now. There's about 10 seconds to go, and Sig is so far away from the enemy team, and the Crab and the Zuka is already headhunting for them. Sig is going to go down to the middle of this map. The power claim is lost. Storm moves forward with the Kraken. Ali moves forward with the Tetris, but they don't have the crack. They don't have the ball. It's going to disappear. StarZ Impact makes the upset in 5.
Fantastic best of 5 set. Oh my goodness. It was completely back and forth the entire set, but overall it just seems like StarZ Impact was able to, take it home for everybody. That match was really formidable. I feel like they knew their plan and they were like, all right, let's just execute the plan over and over and over again. And it just seems like Yellow Jackets was unable to contest with that plan, unfortunately.
StarZ Impact has now won back-to-back Game 5 sets. They did it in 5 against Xiphias, and they did it again in 5 against Yellow Jackets. The 2nd seed of this tournament is in loser's bracket already here. What a great set. StarZ Impact had after, lest we forget, a dominant Game 1 where Yellow Jackets had a 100-0 zones push that was barely even contested to begin with. StarZ Impact is able to lock in and win 3 of the next 4 games, including winning 1 on Yellow Jackets counterpick at the very end. Such a great set here from both these teams, and StarZ Impact gets a huge upset to move on to winner's top 8.
Fantastic showing from both teams. I do think Yellow Jackets was kind of riding the high of the first match, but oh my goodness, it was pretty even. It was back and forth. It went from Yellow Jackets to StarZ to Yellow Jackets to StarZ, and eventually StarZ just kind of came out on top. They permanently kept Yellow Jackets in a stagger that entire last game. Very formidable showing. I was not bored at all in any of the games. It was fun to watch, and I really liked seeing the coordination from Yellow Jackets. They did a fantastic job, but StarZ Impact just was able to squeak it out on top.
It's crazy. Like that is just wild. That whole set was just that whole set was so fun to watch. We saw a nice 5-game set. We saw a lot of new weapons being pulled out. Unfortunately, Yellow Jackets had a little bit more experimental with the comps, and it did not quite work out for them. But, the season dropped 3 days ago. You might as well have fun with the game. That's what I say. But
yeah,
regardless,
for sure.
Yellow Jackets in losers. StarZ Impact guaranteed 5th place at worst, and looking to make a even deeper winners bracket run.
Let me see if I want to look at any of the members. I mean, let me see. I do love Sig with the edit.
I want to look at...
We already looked at Sig, I believe, didn't we? Or we looked at Storm?
I think we looked at Storm, yeah. Let's look at... Who's a big power player? I know Ali was a huge power player for Yellow Jackets. Again, it wasn't quite enough to get that set win, but Ali went crazy. I mean, honestly, all of Yellow Jackets went crazy in that set. It's just... StarZ Impact just locked in that Game 5.
For sure. I mean, they did a fantastic job of cycling that bubble. Who was the one with the bubble?
In that last game, that was JoJo.
Yeah, maybe we should look at JoJo.
Let's take a look at JoJo. Yeah, that Game 5. Again, it was the first time we saw JoJo on that Vanilla Blaster all set. I think they switched to S-Blast in the tower game, but yeah, first time we saw JoJo on that V-Blast, and they put on a clinic with it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I really liked seeing the blaster play here. It was fantastic showing. And, you know, they provided that stability that the team really needed in order to make sure that we were able to score clams into the basket. I'm not a blaster player, but I'm afraid of blaster players. And when I see a blaster and when I see a bubble, I run the other way. You know, especially on that type of map mode, you really have to have strikes or something under your belt in order to make that change. So, you know, very strong showing.
Yeah, I mean, KDR 1.06. Again, I believe this is for the whole season, or from the last quals stats. This is not just from this match, but you know, going 1-for-1 a lot with blaster is pretty nice, and you can do that relatively consistently with just the massive AoE. But yeah, just good stuff from JoJo. Again, really just clinched up that game 5. Also, I would love to highlight Nightmare in that set. Nightmare went pretty crazy, and it's a different Nightmare from the first set we saw. It's different from Alex's Nightmare. It's new Nightmare.
I'm full of nightmares today. There's a lot of people named Nightmare today. It is a cool name.
It is a cool name, but like, I don't know, we can be original. We can look at me. I'm freaking Broken Pinky.
That's true. I'm Nellfire, kind of like Hellfire, but with Nell, because that's me.
True. You are Nell.
Can I get a true in the chat? No, I'm kidding.
Can Ellie
overall,
react to this post
I really
with her
seeing,
37?
I love
Sorry,
seeing the new weapons being played. It was so much fun, and Sig was honestly holding it down pretty well on that mini.
I'm gonna look up the name because I'm sad that I forgot it, because Sig was putting in such good work. But yeah, that was just a fun set.
For sure. I mean, I personally have tried the new mini, but I'm like kind of bad at it. I'm kind of bad at it. It's not the best. As in, like, I'm not good at it. It's embarrassing. Oh my god, I totally forgot. Dio on the sploosh. Are you joking? That was fun.
Yeah. No, Dio on the sploosh went crazy for that one game. For the humpback game, it was fire.
For sure. Oh my goodness. Maybe we could see. Let me request. Yep, Dio on the sploosh or on the wiper. Yeah, like 3 specials is pretty good. It just really good set, really good showing. Let me see.
All right, I did look it up. It's the mini splatling Rattler.
The Rattler. I love that. Oh my god, I love that so much actually.
Well, it's RTLR. I'm assuming it's Rattler because it's, you know, a lot of them are based on snakes.
Yeah, and I do think that I'm thinking in terms of Splatlings, if it makes like a rattling sound too, that'd be cool.
Ooh,
oh my god, I love that they just added spikes and stuff to the new weapons. I'm like, okay, my vibes. I'm winning.
Yeah, we even saw the Hoops dually sculptures in the game 1 with Pointesser and Splatter Color screen, which, you know, it didn't win the game, but it technically won the set.
Oh my god, yeah. I wish that, well, I actually we haven't seen any splatter color screen yet today. Did they pop it at all?
I think they popped it, but no one ran into it because, you know, we can't show that on stream for accessibility reasons, but...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think I saw one screen be popped in the 2 sets. So, honestly, probably a good thing for the health of the game, but I find screen kind of fun to use. I just cast Spell of Blinding.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see if we're gonna see the new try being played at all. I think that the new try would be a monster on Humpback.
No, I genuinely think that the Tri-Slosher Ashen is probably its best kit on Humpback.
That's so scary. I don't want to fight it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
I love that every time I see like a new weapon, I'm like, I don't want to fight against that. I don't want to fight against that. That's scary.
Well, I'd imagine there's a lot of people that don't want to fight against the Torrents Hydra Splatling that you love so dearly. So I know I don't want to fight against that. Hydra, yeah, I already hate Hydra enough. I have to get used to it.
I kind of wish there was a new ballpoint. I really miss ballpoint. Ballpoint's my baby girl. I miss her so bad every day of my life.
Maybe in September we get a 3rd ballpoint.
Oh, I hope so. I hope we get more Splatlings. I'm a simple man. I like Splatlings.
All the Splatlings for my good friend Nell. I mean, hey, if you want a Splatling with the beacon, you can play
the new mini is so fun. I'm like not good at it yet.
Yeah,
emphasis on the yet.
You don't have time to get good right now because you're too busy commentating Splatoon.
I know. Okay, so I'm receiving word from God that Big Fat Sea Cows are 2-2 against Uwu right now, and the winner of that's.
Wait, did we get loser of that?
We see the winner of that against Xiphias.
The
loser of that.
Okay, yeah, because I know Xiphias is in losers, and I think Big Fat Sea Cows is still in winners, but.
Yeah, so we'll see the loser of that fight against Xiphias, and then after that, we will go to a commentator swap. So you'll be done with us soon. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, if you're like, man, I'm sick of these guys. Hey, you only got one more set, and it's a best of 3
I'm sick of these clowns. Get these clowns off of here.
yeah. Instead of us clowns, you have Siren and Fufu gone after who.
Oh, that's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait to tune into their commentating set.
That's gonna be a fun one. Hey, they're still kind of clowns, but they're cool clowns. Okay, I like them.
I feel like we're like circus clowns, and they're like professional clowns.
No, we're like trade show clowns that you find like on the streets of New York. And
we're like birthday clowns.
Yeah, no, that's for real.
And they're like actual clowns that know how to juggle and stuff.
Right? Like they have like balloon animals and stuff, and like their nose honks and all that.
Oh my god, this is not related to Splatoon at all, but when I went on a date and there was like to a pride event, there was like people that were making balloon animals, and I was trying to act really cool, and I was like trying to pretend that I didn't want a balloon animal.
Why? I'm sure that Hannah would have wanted you to get a balloon animal.
I was like, no, she can't know that I'm full of whimsy.
She can't know that you're a nerd at heart, but like
she can't know that I actually know how to make a balloon animal.
Wait, you do?
I know how to make the dog.
That's so cool.
Oh my god, thank you.
I've got a fun party trick idea for you at Riptide.
If you bring wait, you're going to Riptide?
No, I won't be able to be there, but like if you want to like just be the coolest person ever, you can make balloon dogs for everyone.
I mean, since I'm driving, I can technically bring anything I want. So on my list is nail polish for the girlies. Balloon animals now. Balloons for balloon animals.
Is it also clothes for the girlies, or is that
clothes for the girlies?
All right.
I'm sure I'll think of more things. Maybe if PD would survive an 8-hour drive, but I'm not gonna subject him to that.
PD and or Pebble.
PD and or Pebble.
Yeah, and then like one Joy-Con.
Yeah, I'm bringing clams for the girlies.
No, you can bring
Blitz girlies.
You should bring 2 left Joy-Cons.
Sorry, I'm vibing to the music right now. God has told me that we are going to be seeing Uwu against Xiphias.
Okay, Big Fat Sea Cows, Seed 11 making a big run all the way to winter semifinals up against StarZ Impact. So that's going to be a fun set on another stream. But on this stream, we have Unlimited Woomy United up against Xiphias. Loser's going to be out at, I believe, tied for 9th.
Woo! Oh my god, we get to see E-Man on the new... Maybe we get to see E-Man on the new try.
That'd be awesome.
That would be so cool. I really like Xiphias. I know that they used to be in low level, but then they got really good. Now they're no longer in low level, as we are seeing now.
Yeah, they definitely moved up a few rungs, it seems.
Yeah, I'm good for them, honestly. So I'm really excited to see them pull stuff out. I do see that Unlimited Woomy United does have a lot of very aggressive weapons under their belt. I'm seeing carbons. I'm seeing rollers. I really want to see Muffin on the ballpoint, but that's just me being me.
Yeah, Unlimited Woomy United, I'm seeing a double roller comp in our horizons, paired with backline of either Jet Squelcher or Rapid Pro, and Gluga Dualies. I would like to mention this is probably our best chance of the day to see the new Rapid Pro up on the docket, which I think would be pretty sick, especially because that would give a cooler option to Unlimited Woomy United, which they otherwise don't have. But yeah, Flings a Roller. I love watching Flings a Roller, and I think that might be controversial, but I think it is very fun to watch a good Flings a Roller at play and just make that horizontal flick look like a war crime sometimes.
For sure. And I know that Sea Sluggy is a monster on the Tri-Stringer, so maybe we'll see the new Tri-Stringer as well. What does it have again? What is the new
It has Dart and Jetpack.
Oh, that's going to be fun. I'm especially considering, I really think that I want to see Xiphias pull out like a sensor or something that tracks people just to kind of cancel out the 2 rollers and the dualies that we're seeing here.
Yeah,
but that's just wishful thinking from me.
There's going to be a lot of flanks coming out from Illumina Woomy United, I fear. But yeah, we are in best of 3 territory here. So first of 2 wins is going to get the set win. Game 1 on Splatoon's Mako Mart, and this is definitely the Game 1 tone setter map of all time.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we talked about this during the beginning of our blog here, but we were saying that Mako Mart Zones is pretty much like a bread and butter map that a lot of teams need to know how to play, and it's a really good baseline test to see, do you know how to play, right? Or do you know how to play with your team? Because it is incredibly difficult to retake on Mako Mart, in my opinion.
It's so bread and butter. You can probably buy him there. Like, you can probably buy
it. Who said that? Is that the wind? Who said that?
I think that was God, actually. But yeah, Zones on Mako Mart is going to be our Game 1. It's just so many weapons love to play on Mako Mart in advantage, but I don't think anyone likes to play on Mako Mart in disadvantage because it kind of feels like, you know, if you want to retake your stack, but it's quite literally an uphill battle.
Oh my. Imagine Unlimited Woomy United just kind of in your base and you're trying to retake. I think I would throw up.
I think I would press Home XA, honestly.
Home XA.
If I'm gonna be so honest, I think I'm mashing Home XA with the swiftness.
Literally, boy am I glad I'm not the one playing these matches.
Boy am I glad I'm just a commentator that will never get low ink banned.
Literally, boy am I glad I'm just a funny guy.
I just be yapping on the mic sometimes. People
Dude, we're literally just funny and cute. Like,
that's all we do.
Literally just funny and cute. But I really am. We have the opportunity to see 2 screens being played. If it's not banned, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I mean, Spell of Blinding very well might be cast.
Ooh, I'm hearing from God that screen is allowed in this match, so maybe we will see Spell of Blinding.
Hey, Ashen Tri-Slosher, I think is, yeah, Ashen, you could do it. Or Uwusi could be pulling up the screen Flinkza, which is pretty bad, but fun.
Okay.
I mean, if we're gonna keep it $100, it's not great.
I mean, it's not the best, but I do want to see. I'm really curious to how this mixture of their comp will work. I'm looking at Uwu, by the way. I'm just like, I want to know how they make this work because I don't think I've seen them play the game before. So this is going to be new for me. I'm really excited. I'm pretty sure I have fought against Xiphias and played and seen Xiphias play before. But this is going to be very unique.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Uwu play. I'm also realizing now all the top 4 seeds that got a round 1 bye are in losers bracket right now. I just realized that. Yeah, Operation Zero lost Game 5 to Trigger Happy. Passione lost to Distinct in 4. Of course, we just saw Yellow Jackets lose to StarZ Impact, and Unlimited Woomy United lost to Big Fat Sea Cows in 5. So the lower seeds in this tournament are definitely taking over, and you know, while seeding is hard as always, especially in sort of a circuit type bracket, it's still interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure. So, do you want to compare players a little bit? Never mind, we don't have time. Let's do that afterwards.
Yeah,
Ew,
God
Petey's
told me
being
we can't
indecent
do
in the
that.
back. Don't look at that.
Oh my, Peter! We're on air!
On air. Oh my god, that's disgusting.
I can't.
Well, the good, yeah. Let's change the screen from
Yeah. Your chicken's
He's
acting
being
up again.
indecent.
Peter.
But yeah, we heard word from God that they're picking weapons right now, so we don't have to yap much longer about random stuff, but we will be getting into it quite shortly. I'm really hoping to see some new weapons under our belts today. We have a very good opportunity to do so. I honestly wish this was a best of 5. I want to see more games.
I love watching more Splatoon on my computer screen, but
On my computer.
yeah, on my pooter. Unfortunately, though, we only have one best of 3 before we're forced to sign off, and I'm forced to be a spectator again. Not that I'm complaining, though.
It sounds like you're complaining.
look, I love watching Splatoon, but I also love commentating Splatoon.
For sure. Okay. Sorry, I'm on my mobile phone.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm always down to step off the block a little bit, you know, to give Siren and Fufu a chance to do their thing. Because Siren and Fufu are dang good at their thing, but
For
as are
sure.
these teams, if we're gonna get right into this set, this elimination match here between Unlimited Woomy United and Xiphias.
I am so. We do see a new jet with the one with the splashdown, and I believe, is that the new? No, that's
That's
not
the new Carbon.
Wait, that's the new Carbon. Oh, I'm so excited. We are in for a treat today, everybody. We are seeing the Flingza roller out and about. I'm curious to see how we're gonna keep the pain up on the side of Unlimited Woomy United, but I mean, it doesn't seem to be too bad because two are already down from the side of Xiphias, and Woomy is going absolutely crazy on the Carbon, just, you know, making things happen. We are already in like a lockout scenario with 2 down from Xiphias.
Yeah, CD Woomy is definitely very strong on this Carbon roller. Kind of like I was saying with Ali in the last set, CD Woomy has been sticking with that Carbon roller for a long time, and they are very strong at it. Trying to get the pick up his pencil, but it's going to fall down on this map. Chumps are coming out here courtesy of this Carbon roller as they're going to go down, though. And it looks like Uwu is continuing to hold onto the zone strongly so far. It's being a little bit contested from the backside, though, by Xiphias, but still the cap is going to go back in favor of Unlimited Woomy United. Muffin popping the cool breaks, taken down by the Carbon. Carbon's so strong on this map, it's just the Tri-Slosher alive for Xiphias on the flank.
This is possibly a knockout scenario without Xiphias ever getting hold of the zone. There's only 20 ticks left, and Xiphias really needs to have a flip scenario in order to make something happen. We are seeing Axiom with the Booyah just kind of holding it to hold the zone here. They aren't even popping it. Able to pop it last second, leading to a wipeout, an absolute knockout scenario for Unlimited Woomy United against Xiphias.
I mean, you can tell how little Unlimited Woomy United was getting picked off just by how little of their spawn is being painted, because they barely had even the chance or the time to go back to spawn to charge up specials. They were just going, gone until the game was gone. 100-0 knockout push for Unlimited Woomy United gets them one step closer to moving on in the losers bracket.
Super fast moving comp that totally works for them. I really like the aggressiveness from it. We saw like no tacticooler on their side. We just saw paint in a dream, and it worked out so well. You can tell that these players are definitely quite strong one tricks.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw the Jet Sculpture Cobra. I did think I would see it. I don't think I saw a splashdown get popped, but
yeah, we didn't see a splashdown get popped yet.
Yeah, with the Burst Bomb and the Splashdown, such an interesting choice. I wonder what the thought process behind that was, but regardless, still, oh, I think we're gonna be. I think God is telling me that a player swap is happening, so we might be waiting a little bit. But yeah, if I'm Xiphias, I would want to change the strats a little bit because that was a rough.
Oh, for sure. I mean, how do you even come back from that? That is kind of like they're gonna throw everything at you and be fast about it. So what would you do to kind of prevent that from happening?
Tower Shape again!
Woohoo!
Yeah, I feel like Tower Shape has been counterpicked a fair amount of times so far today. And it's a pretty solid map, but again, very, very focalized around those 2 checkpoints. You take a while to break that first one, and then you kind of just chill, and then you take a while to break the last one, and then you knock out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I do like this map a lot. We have talked about how snowbally it is, but I do enjoy it because I'm a backline support. So maybe we're gonna see, you know, Sluggy on the tri-stringer get back into it. We do have Xiphias does have a pretty large roster. They have a roster of 6, so it's pretty much anybody could be swapped in at any time. I do know that Unlimited Woomy United only has about 4 or 5 members, so there aren't going to be swapping out much, but I'm curious to see what Xiphias is going to pull out here. I really, really, really want to see the new Tri-Slosher.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I feel like, I don't know, a part of me feels like it sucks, but a part of me feels like it cooks. Because, like,
I love you so much because you're like, a part of me feels like it sucks really bad,
I'm just
but
so
another part of me feels like it's good.
Like, my brain just can't decide which it is. It's just, is it bad or is it good? I really don't know.
E-Man, I'm begging you to pull out the new Tri-Slosher to prove that it's good.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, game 2 is going to be underway. We're going to be seeing Limited Woomy United at knockout point. Back to the vanilla Jet Sculpture, but we're seeing the sticker stamper and the bulbs bow as well as the Wait. Oh, it's just those two. And the Twinkle's Dually? And the new try. Wait, it's all new weapons.
Yeah, it's all new weapons. Huge day for new weapons enjoyers, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else. Xiphias is pulling out all of the new weapons here, trying to make something happen. We do see the new sword already going down. Jose on the top right, trying to get some purchase. They are going to have to back up, and it is the Twinkle's Dually, so they are kind of more of a support. So we are going to need to see some farming of specials right here if we are going to prevent this tower from moving forward any further. It is already in check.
Yeah, first checkpoint is already being worked on, and it's going to be cleared pretty quickly by Uzi, who's on this tower with this Flinkster roller. Super close to getting the missile charge. Back is also going to be popped here on this left side to really contest. And the Zuka. Left side is just not allowed to be held by Xiphias here, and Uzi going to be popping these missiles soon, I'd imagine, although they're being a little bit contested. But tower's at 38 points. Kind of in no man's land in the middle of this map, but Axiom is going to get back right onto it. Going to push towards this last checkpoint here. Gets set up, gets the pick onto that Tri-Slosher. E-Man's going to go down, and Limited Woomy United looking to get another quick knockout here, and Xiphias really struggling to find a response. Second checkpoint is going to fall here. Axiom's going to paint the rail. Back is going to be on tower as well. Pigs are still happening. Pigs are being plucked, but the defense is there.
Oh, for sure. I'm so glad you also say picks are being plucked. But I just wanted to mention that there's no tacticaler on either team right now, so we're going just loosey-goosey here. We are really trying to get that knockout for Unlimited Woomy United, but Xiphias is having like a very strong defense. It's 2-2 right now, and I just feel like, oh, very wait, do they have thermal ink?
Wait, do they?
That's thermal ink.
Oh my god!
I'm a huge thermal ink fan.
That makes sense.
Yes, they have thermal ink.
Whoa, okay, that's cool.
I like that a lot, actually. I didn't notice that at all. Oh my gosh. Very strong showing from Unlimited Woomy United. And I only just realized they have thermal ink at the end there, but I do think that it's probably really good for the Jet because, oh, if you poke them, I know where you are now.
Yeah, knockout into knockout is going to get Unlimited Woomy United the 2-0 victory here. It's going to be eliminating Xiphias out of this tournament at 9th place, barely short of that top 8. And I mean, that's just a rough shake for Xiphias. They were up 2-0 up against StarZ Impact, and just they got reverse swept and just could not quite recover the momentum, which you hate to see it, but sometimes it's just how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, for sure. Really strong showing from both teams, and I have to give flowers to Xiphias for really trying to push those new weapons. I loved seeing them. I kind of wish that we were able to have like a best of 5 set so that we could see them be pushed even further, but I do believe that they can make it work. It's so nice that all of their weapons got a new kit, so that's really fun for them. And, you know, good showing from both of them. Uwu, really really strong. Very strong.
Yeah, Uwu is going to be moving on to the top 8 of this tournament here. You know, top 8 of 12, not the biggest deal of 12 teams, but still top 8. They are bound, and of course, you know, also to mention Xiphias should still feel proud of themselves. They made it to the SEC finale as the 10th seed. That is no easy feat. So kudos to y'all. Hope y'all had a fun season. I know it didn't end the way y'all wanted, but regardless, that is the end of that set. That is the end of Losers Round 1 here on SplatoonTourney, and that is going to be the end of our casting block here now.
Possibly. We may be yapping for a little bit longer because it does seem like the next set has started a little bit. So we're going to maybe yap for a little bit longer. We're gonna yap for a little bit longer. I wanna yap at you.
Yapping absolute cinema. I love yapping. It's awesome.
Absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema. That's how
Me when I get to yap with my good friend Pinky.
When I get to yap with my good friend Nell.
Yay! Okay, so do we want to look at players?
We could. Let's look at some players. Let's look at who should we look at?
Okay, actually, we're not going to look at players at all. God has told us that our time has come and we are about to ascend to heaven. Okay, so as we're leading out here into the next block of casters, Pinky, thank you for commentating with me. Where can the lovely people find you?
Thank you for commentating with me, Nell. You guys can find me at Blue Sky right over the other side. There we go. BrokenPinky.bsky.social. That's where you can find me. But yeah, and hopefully generally just on the mic more. I had a great time casting this tournament, and I'm looking to cast many more. But now, where can we find you?
You can find me at nellfire.bluesky.social or on X or Twitter, whatever. Nellfire
What's
with
this
a one.
X.com you speak of?
Whatever. Pretty much everywhere you can find me at nellfire with a one. So, you know, I'm funny. I like splat things. if you like my vibe, come pull up. So. But yeah, thank you
all for watching this stream on SplatoonTourney. Don't go anywhere. We're throwing it off to Siren and Fufu in just a little bit. And of course, there's a lot of great Splatoon to be played. So have a great rest of your day. Peace out.
hello! We are back here from a break with a new set of faces here, bringing you SAC Finals Season 10. I am Fufu, and I am joined by the lovely Siren. Do say hello.
Hello, hello.
We are real. We do have a set ready for you guys here. We have, how do you say that? Passione? Question mark? I think.
I'm gonna go with Passione.
Passione. Add a little flair to it.
Golda, Brick, Caliph, and Skittles on there, and we have Operation Zero on the other side with Pancake, Cherry, Hydra, S, and Skywolf.
Those are a lot of symbols and a very interesting comps here. A lot of these weapons I think are going to be weapon classes that do have new weapon variants as well. So I'm curious to see if any of them are going to be bringing out any of those new weapon variants that we were seeing from last update. We haven't seen them throughout all of today, honestly, and I think that just adds a bit of chaos. But as far as I know, this looks like it's going to be a pretty fun set.
Yeah, I'm also just looking at the commentary document, and it looks like they specifically wrote down Passione is pronounced Passione.
Ooh.
They specified it.
They knew it was gonna happen. They like predicted it. They're like, this is someone's gonna say this wrong, so we're just gonna put it there just in case. How did we get Italian?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see all these changes happening right before SAC Finals, because of course this was all announced beforehand, and then right at the very last second here we had all these new weapons dropped. So I wonder if these are going to be reflective of the actual comps they bring into the game, or maybe we'll see something a little bit more spicy, bring in some new weapons. We got some new dapples recently, so new Carbon, all kinds of new Gala, new Splash-matic as well. So I feel like this should be like kind of fresh.
It would be very nice to see it kind of fresh, because I know last match one of the teams had like their last match, which is ironically was also on ship shape except on tower, which is really funny, had just every single person had new weapons, and I thought that was awesome. I want to see it. I like seeing the spice. It's just like freshen it up. Though I do get it. This is definitely a loser's round is a lot higher stakes, so you don't want to put yourself in a position where you could possibly lose a game. But also the whimsy, I don't know.
Well, I feel like if both teams commit to it, then you're at like the same amount of like, we're playing it a bit risky. So I love to see both teams give that one a shot. And especially because a lot of these new kits I feel are very strong on zones. We have a lot of aggressive things, a lot of new Zuko weapons added into the game, a lot new Booyah bombs as well. Just a bunch of different ways. I know a lot of people are actually starting to play pro again, which has been a weapon that's kind of stayed out of the spotlight for quite some time now. So seeing that again, and maybe a little bit of Tenno missiles back in our Splatoon 3 could be a very realistic possibility once again.
Yeah, no, I've heard so many good things about these kits. It's like Nintendo looked at the comp community, said, hey, I know you guys want new weapons to feast on, so let me tell you something. Because we saw no back weapons, no wave breaker weapons, no nothing. So they really were putting weapons, well, most of the kits as competitively viable options. So again, I'm very much fingers crossed that we're going to be seeing a little bit of new weapons here and there, new kits. Like you were talking about that pro, that kit is nasty. I really want to see that kit.
It's kind of disgusting, low-key. I think I'm going to try and pull up this bracket here while we wait for these players just for a second here. Just to look at what has kind of gone down leading up to this point for both of these teams. Now, I'm sure you were watching the sets beforehand, Fufu. Do you have any insight into this?
I unfortunately was only able to catch one set beforehand. During the last set, they were watching Unlimited Woomy United versus. Oh, what was the difference? Well, it doesn't matter because we're going into the next set.
I'm not a big fan of these names I'm seeing in the game, but unfortunately, because I'm not really tying these weapons to the players, I'm gonna have to say all of this.
We have no choice. And as a matter of fact, they did. I can give them props because they did bring out that pro that we were talking about not too long ago on both sides, actually, now that I'm looking. But very standard. Otherwise, we are seeing our pencils on each side. We are seeing our shooters at S-Blast. Even though it's got its nerf, it's still got to be a viable weapon if it's still being brought out here.
Oh, absolutely. I think a lot of players who have gotten that comfort zone on that weapon have just decided to play into it anyways. I'm sure it's still got a good amount of busted to it, but oh my gosh, this Pancake is just running up towards everybody on that side. It's finally taken out at long last, but now it's just left with Freaky Fella in this court trying to defend and fight this heavy edit one-on-one.
And that was some very ballsy like missiles there, possibly them, especially in such a danger zone. But missiles are going to be going out on each side. But Operation Zero is going to continue to have that zone in their favor. Unfortunately, Poison unable to get anyone with that reef slider. It really is just it's a little bit more neutral despite Operation Zero having control of the zone. We are seeing both teams in mid, but not a lot of things are going on besides Operation Zero holding on to the zone.
Yeah, Passione is unfortunately kind of stuck in this position here where they haven't been able to get any points on the board here. These specials have been going out. Tactical Cooler is popped, and now we're finally getting back into things here. Not without one of their members going down, unfortunately, and that's going to set them right back into basically a 100-point set there. So now in a situation where Skywolf just getting in behind them is able to take out Poison Cake before they're ultimately taken out on their own, and ultimately, like, that damage is done. That court is very orange. I feel like Operation Zero has made themselves very comfortable in this game and is just allowing Passione to run into them at this point.
Yeah, and I think that's a very, very good choice. They do have the weapons to do so. They do have technically 3 long-range weapons in their arsenal, with Gal being truly the only short and fastest one there. But Bellyman coming in to take, I think that was 2 off the board and a Booyah Bomb's call for it. They're just doing everything they can to give the teammates a spot. And I think they might have just secured that spot to possibly get that zone if they can just get enough paint on the field. Tenta missiles from Freaky Fella coming in, making a little bit of a storm and allowing Passione to get that zone. And no penalty points anymore for that.
Yeah, I mean, this zone infamously difficult to cap or contest in any shape or form. So even though they had 2 members down onto the side of Operation Zero, it did take them a little bit more time to get that cap, just because they were dealing with that pro and that pencil trying to paint over it. But with that being said, getting a wipeout here, a great collaborative effort across the entire team, is now able to push Operation Zero into their spawn here. If they're able to hold this up much longer, this could be the lead. Even more, it could possibly be a knockout if they're able to just get one more wipe onto the board here.
Absolutely here. Passione just completely flipping the board from early here. Operation Zero's specials are hitting the field, but unfortunately so are Passione's, and just putting everything to a stop. I think that was 3 down on Operation Zero and a lead swap in the favor of Passione, and with the splash on instead of just doing everything they can to neutralize Operation Zero, just hardly able to get that zone cap, stopping the count at 8.
Poison Cake able to jump in and regardless still get the pick on the person trying to cap that jump. That is going to be a trade for Freaky Fella there, and Poison Cake once again jumping back into mid here. Looks like Cherry now trying to make sure nobody's sitting in behind, housing some jumps for more members of Operation Zero, but it looks like we've lost that lead here. We're going to try and get through these small amounts of penalty points that we are sitting on right now. Has to back up off that zone, and that re-slider coming in to seal the deal is going to jump out. Played a little bit more safe. Now that we have that lead, we can start playing comfortably, just like we saw Operation Zero earlier on in this game. And I have no idea what just happened, but 3 members of Operation Zero just went down in 1 second.
Passione sneezed and there went 3. That's literally what happened here. They are now setting themselves up for another lockout situation pretty much here. It really is just, I see Grip Lord here. I can't with these names. Just sitting up top, just trying to hold. I love this pencil position because they're just doing everything they can to just set a radius of maybe you shouldn't walk into this area unless you want to be 80'd, and I love just the way they're setting themselves up, not being too aggressive and just setting themselves up to hold that zone and possibly knock out. People are going to start going down on Passione though. It's going to make 2. Operation Zero getting the opportunity to get themselves in there.
Yeah, Pancake doing a really good job hugging these corners in the zone. Is able to get 2 picks before going down. Has to be a little bit more careful than that in the last 30 seconds of this game here. Griplord just barely making it back in, while Poison Cake is taking a fight all the way up ahead on the other side of the zone here. Once again, Operation Zero trying to find what areas to perch up on to hold this zone for a little bit longer here. They have to be careful though. They do have some instant zone capping specials onto the side of Passione. They want to be mindful of that re-slider that could come in at any second. That Booyah Bomb is going to be used to keep some members away from the zone, but I'm not sure about the special usage. I think I would have waited for that re-slider to come out as well.
Oh! That took 2 of them out. That took 2 of them right out with the re-slider, but essentially just sealing that into place. Passione coming in with just the barrage of specials, sealing the deal, sealing the first game in their favor.
Yeah, that reef slider is really, really scary. You got to be careful in those overtime situations. You have to be mindful that there is one on that playing field. Maybe having to go out of your comfort zone, target that S-Blast user, and make sure that they can't get it off. They have to be able to die first, basically. That's the end-all, be-all, because when you have instant zone capping specials like that, you need to stop them before they start.
Absolutely here. It's kind of crazy just how much damage Reslider can do. It is a very vulnerable special if used incorrectly, but if you can time that thing just right, it does things like this. It can win you games, and we've seen it time and time again.
Yeah, I really liked that usage, and honestly, I think they were kind of expecting the reaction that they did out of Operation Zero, and that's kind of why you saw that S-Blast chilling out, not really playing dangerously, not trying to go for any picks in the last little chunk of that game there, just trying to build up that special in the safest way possible before running into that zone there.
Absolutely, and just such well-played match there. A lot of the beginning of the match felt very back and forth. Like, it felt almost a little bit unstable until towards the end of the match, where the teams were really after they really figured themselves out. They were just like, oh, wait, we got this. And of course, things got a little bit whimsical towards the very end of the match, but it started to feel a lot more stable as time went on.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think comfort is going to be a common theme that we see throughout the set. Now we're in this spot where Operation Zero is forced to make some kind of counter pick. I can't imagine it going into zones.
It was zones.
It is? When you're playing against instant cap specials? Why?
I don't know, maybe it's their bread and butter too. They want to give it another shot. I mean, when you think about it, the scores were pretty close. The scores were relatively close for what it was, despite them losing the set. So, I meant the match, not the set. Yeah, tomato. I'm cooked.
I guess to some degree, if you feel like you can improve on the mistake that you made the previous game that cost you it, then maybe you would consider going into zones again. But it's just I don't know. If I'm playing against a Reef Slider, that's probably not going to be my intuitive pick at all. I'd probably want to move to something where it's a little less useful, like tower control, maybe clams, where it's a little bit more vulnerable on that. But it's a weird pick for me for sure. So I kind of want to see what they're cooking.
They might be cooking. Who knows? Maybe they'll bring a Reef Slider of their own. That could be happening. Maybe they're gonna fight fire with fire. There could be another Reef Slider on the field. Maybe they're gonna match them. I don't know. But you're talking about modes, and I think Tower would have definitely been the second best pick for that, because that's definitely gonna invalidate a lot of the Reef Slider, exactly as you were talking about. But I don't know. A lot zones is a very rehearsed mode, so I can see why they want to stick with it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, if it's all you practice, and a lot of people do think zones is foundational to the game, so I see the mindset there. But at some point you just have to stick to your bases and go with what you're comfortable with, right? And just trust that you'll make it work the second time around, even if failure has not dissuaded them in any way, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. And I'm already seeing a sneaky belly man there on the left. I was really nervous for Operation Zero on that, but those missiles are going to be coming out from Passione, already setting the field up, but it's not. Are they going to... What is happening? Everyone is going down on the field. It is absolute mayhem, but Operation Zero is going to come out of that war on top with the zone still capped in their favor. And that, I blinked, and there are maybe 40 points left.
Wow, I mean, hey, it takes a whole lot of moxie to run into a zone capped by your opponent totally on your own, just to try and get some picks and stall out that timer. It didn't work out for them that time, but as you know, things kind of went similar in the other game as well, so the tides can turn just like that. Very dominant stance from Operation Zero at the beginning of this game here, not even letting this zone flip back over to Passione. They do not want to accrue any kind of penalty point here, but looks like with their mini going down, they'll have no choice but to recede a little bit here. And that pencil is just getting set up to hold this direct angle.
Yeah, I've been loving these pencils, these matches. Honestly, they stick to where they have to be. They give their team what they want when they need it. and it's just a great time for to be a pencil today. But it looks like Passione is going to be looking to be in a much better spot now. Again, ready to give Operation Zero a little bit of taste of their own medicine, but opting to be a little bit safer in their approach here, keep themselves alive. But that also means Operation Zero has a chance to build their own specials as we see the Tension missiles come out. But we are also seeing bubbles. Is that a bubble within a bubble? Are you kidding me?
I love the bubbleception, but it looks like it was long-lived for both of them there. But just a lot of ink coming out from opposing colors. That's going to do so much damage to the shield. And once again, very narrow margins here with both of these leads. We have Operation Zero holding the zone once again. They currently hold that lead in the game right now, but looks like they're going to be dealing with a lot of contests.
Absolutely, here, and we're back into the center here. It's just going to be another scrap fight. I think it's just waiting to hit the field. We are seeing Passione still have a little bit of that ink advantage on field, especially with that bubble that came out. Operation Zero did lose 2 of their members, make that 3, and well, technically, even all of them, I think we might just end up in delayed wipe territory if they're able to. Nope! How did you? The mini took 3 out. That was mini against the world. They went down themselves, and Passione still has his own for the most part, but that was the mini against the world. I can't.
We now see Poison Cake here getting into the perfect dually spot of just like, let me annoy my opponents by telling them that I'm here, but not letting them kill me at all. Just like distracting them as much as possible, diverting their resources over to dealing with me, who's not even relevant to the objective right now. Let me just do some of that for now. Prince kind of getting into a similar position, but is not able to escape that pencil once again. An absolute chaos going down on this right stack here, but Poison Cake, what?
My Go just like took a 2v1 like to the face and said, I'm gonna make it work and I'm gonna come out on top. That is like, are you ore farming, question mark? Like, what was that?
I think we're bubble farming actually, because now we've just popped one in a very aggressive position. And I love seeing these aggressive weapons play the bubble and kind of use them in the way that I think Junior has been using it the most so far. In more chaotic ways than we've seen in the meta so far in the past. So once again, Prince trying to get up on this zone here, does get that pick on Bellyman. That's actually going to be major for them in being able to actually contest and cap this zone and paint over this pencil on their own. The tendon missiles do come out, which does force some scattering of the members of Operation Zero here, but Pancake, once again, not dissuaded by anything, is able to get a great bomb roll on a Poison Cake and is taking this as an opportunity to run up as far as they can.
Absolutely. I'm absolutely loving the confidence in all of these players. Operation Zero, once again, setting themselves up. But again, we're seeing a lot of back and forth. Like, it's just a taste of your own medicine, because they're going to be waiting here, playing a slightly safer, just to make sure they're keeping themselves alive and really hold the zone. That is their main priority, keeping the zone capped in their favor so they can get the lead. But with the Booyah Ball coming in and a couple bit of pain, Passione is able to cap the zone, applying penalty points once more onto Operation Zero, not even giving them the chance, with 3 points off.
Yeah, Bellyman getting a great pick on that mini there. That is going to give them so much more confidence to just hold this zone a little bit longer here. Sees a couple people lined up on that stack there, sees an opportunity, is not able to get a pick, but that's going to be Poison Cake jumping in once again. I believe got out of that with at least a trade, and now Skywolf in overtime has that bubble at the ready, is going to go down using it. Freaky Fella going to be running up on it as far as they can. They're going to want to get this out of the way as soon as possible before that penalty goes away. These missiles being popped, I do agree with that decision early on. Locate your opponents, get back into the zone here, and try and hold it down as far as possible. It's going to be 2 down on the side of Operation Zero. They should have a jump in here. They might be able to hold it. It's just going to be that pencil. And once again, they have that 52 gal onto the zone there. The cooler's coming out, and that's just not going to be enough.
Oh my goodness, what a battle towards the end of the match. That is crazy. Just the amount of paint that was in the zone during those last 10 seconds. It was down to the wire. That was amazing. That was phenomenal.
You love to see it. I love to see it. We love to see it. Absolute chaos at the very end for them there. Pancake, as you can see there, getting that trade. Wow.
It was just such a tight match. The confidence that all of these players have is so impressive. They just look at the whole screen for like 2 seconds and they're like, yep, I'm gonna run in there and get 2 people because I feel whimsical. And I feel like that's just been the name of the game this entire set, and I love it. But that does mean Passione does get a 2-0 sweep off of this round.
Well, that's going to be rough for the members of Operation Zero there, especially on their counter pick of all things, having to, you know, go down in losers that way. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, like things happen like that, and they took a risk. They bet it all on black, and unfortunately didn't end well for them that time. But ultimately, even if they had won that game, they would have had to play a counter pick chosen by Passione there, and that would have been a whole other set of challenges on top of that.
Oh yeah, counter picks it's like the hope for counter picks is just hoping that they pick something that you are also excelling at. That is quite literally the only thing you can do.
Yeah, no, it's stuck between a rock and a hard place for sure, 100%.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But that does mark this match ending with Passione continuing to move through losers bracket. And I believe that means we get to go on a break as we, maybe question mark? We go on break? Severin, what are you thinking?
I'm taking a look at this bracket here. We had Passione versus Operation Zero. Let's see if we're assigned to anything. Looks like Dapple has the next set that's happening. So I don't know if we have anything right now. A Pipe Dream is confirming that we're waiting on losers bracket round 3.2. So that is projected to be Tidal Disruption, but of course that set is still happening. So we don't really know just yet. We're waiting on, who is it the loser of? It doesn't say. I love Sendo.
As far as it's it seems like both of them are 1-1, so it looks like it is definitely on the tighter end in terms of how sets go.
Oh yeah, so yeah, it looks like it's 1-1, meaning we're waiting for one game. So that sounds like a perfect opportunity to take a little break while that happens and let the viewers go ahead and see how things are going to unfold for that.
Absolutely here. So don't be going anywhere. We will be back in just a little bit.
I've got these monsters in my head. I've got these monsters in my head.
Welcome back to your SAC finals. I am still Siren, and I am still joined by the wonderful Fufu. How are you doing after our very momentary break?
I'm doing great. I brought a snack because yes, why wouldn't I? So things are going great, life is going great, and we have another set, so life is going even better. So we have our two teams, Trigger Happy and Tidal Disruption.
Danganronpa reference? Question mark.
Oh my goodness. You brought me back. You like threw me way back. Oh no.
Probably not, but you know, we have, I'm gonna say Jin for the side of Trigger Happy, Cheaped, FLM, Haru, and Clara. Clara, I'm excited because I don't see a weapon pool on here, so that means I'm gonna be totally going into this blind if they're playing. As well as Tidal Disruption, we have Anon with the Pro listed on there, which probably going to be seeing the new one as well. Anka on the long, sticky, pointy things. Z34 on a couple shooters. Range Blaster on... you'd never guess this. And La Rosie on Nautilus and Edit. Also Alex, another surprise. We don't know what they're playing right now. Type deal.
We have a lot of wild cards happening today. Well, like by a lot, I mean like one on each team. That is like honestly the most we're ever gonna see in our entire lifetime, right there. Can't get any better than this.
I know. I'm so like I feel so well. That's not right. I feel so very rejuvenated about all this new stuff going into the game. I know I've been yapping this whole time about it, but like I'm excited. We got, you know, the new fun announcement from Nintendo this week, and we're getting right into it.
Absolutely. Here, I've seen that butterfly symbol before. I don't know where the new Rapid. Wait, is this a double cooler situation? This is a double cooler situation. That's interesting because we are seeing a very like traditionally standard comp here from Who Are You? Trigger Happy, but Tidal Disruption is going for a very interesting play here, going with the Zap and a Rapid that both have cooler.
I think that's interesting because I know Rapid might probably average around like 4 coolers a game if you're lucky. so I can see the vision if you're trying to go for more and just constantly have like an inting ability on your team. Maybe expecting this Zap to play a little bit more aggressively, but either way, like we're already seeing, I think the second cooler for them come out in this game. Nightmare trying to not get noticed here, is noticed, but does take out Clara regardless, and that is going to be that rapid playing cleanup there once again. And they have not let go of this zone once, despite the fact that Tidal Disruption has been just literally flanking nonstop.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that just with the amount of flanks, there might not be enough power to bring enough paint to the zone. That might change. Question mark here. We do have 3 members of Tidal Disruption here on the field. There we go. Now taking that zone, and that does mean 2 down are on the side of Trigger Happy, and they're looking for a 3rd here. But that Zap is able to successfully jump out with the power of Cooler and Friendship.
I love the power of friendship. Tidal Disruption has that zone now, as you've said. Nightmare using this opportunity to run up, doesn't have that opportunity to flank now. It's just a straight line, so is going to be forced to back out just a little bit. Slosher dealing with that Inkjet coming out from Clara there, and once again, just Trigger Happy feeling very comfortable with this zone. Maybe enough confidence now to run up into the base of Tidal Disruption. And this can get scary pretty fast, given their comp in general. They have nothing to lose.
Oh yeah, absolutely, especially considering with that double cooler in their possession. But I don't think that was enough with Trigger Happy essentially still losing half of their roster here to Tidal Disruption as they're able to recap that zone, bringing the game back to a neutral state. I do see that bubble already, not a couple specials, but nope, that was a couple specials, all right.
Yeah, I mean, for a little while there too, a couple members of Trigger Happy were still sitting behind the members of Tidal Disruption there. So even if we are going into a neutral here, there are these little sneaky ways and avenues. They basically planted some seeds for later on in this game to do some suspicious activities. I'll put it that way. Like they've given that idea in, and now they know what Nightmare is planning on doing.
Oh, what? You sneezed! Bro, you sneezed, and there went 2. Nightmare, what are you on? But I guess that's just gal behaviors here as Splatoon things go right here. Tidal Disruption is looking themselves to be in a pretty nice spot here. You know, with that advantage stage, the zone is nice and capped. The penalty points are out of the way. They're sitting back, relaxing. It's a nice vacation.
Yeah, I mean, look, you gotta be feeling good right now, getting that zone closer and closer to that lead, and still taking out the members of Trigger Happy while they have some down. Clara is able to get 1 member out with that Inkjet. That's gonna be great for them, but they're still dealing with that bubble in their court. That is gonna be a huge wedge into getting them back into that zone in time to protect their lead. Not able to.
Not able to at all, and the points are going to continue to trigger down here for Tidal Disruption, and more coolers to call for 10 points. There is now the 10 points left here on this timer, and I think that's going to be a wipeout here, Siren. I am so sure, unless
oh,
nope,
it was so close. Those strikes, I think that, you know, I don't know if it would be possible, but maybe having them thrown just a little bit faster so they have that time to actually complete onto the zone and be able to paint over what was going on there, but just barely clutching out that first game win is going to put them in a great position in this best of 3 set.
Absolutely. It felt like I think like a lot of the first games that we've been seeing has felt very scattered until they even themselves out towards the end, where both teams are like, okay, maybe we can't be as risky as we were in the beginning here, and the pattern continues here. Tidal Disruption definitely here towards the end, barely able to see that lead and knock out through.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Both teams put a great fight up there, and honestly, I was very convinced for quite some time there that Trigger Happy would be able to take that one for themselves. But I think sometimes it just comes down to having specific openings in their comp that could be better optimized. Like we could see that both teams were so capable of fighting, and maybe they didn't need that extra pressure of having a second cooler to keep up that fight. I think they could have probably used that and had a slot in for just something that would have helped them get more picks, or something that would have been able to cap the zone a little bit quicker, and that would have honestly saved their butts at the very end there. Just something like perhaps another booyah, more strikes, a reef slider even. I mean, you can't, it's kind of hard to get into the zone with a reef slider on this map in particular, but like even then, just something that would have also helped them deal with that bubble that they were struggling with for a little while.
Is Fufu here? Okay, I'm gonna keep talking because I don't know what has happened to my co-commentator, but we are still waiting on that counter pick for game 2 here. My question for myself, oh no, Fufu's mic broke. Okay, well in the interim here, while they address that situation and get that figured out, I will keep yapping because yapping is what I do. It looks like we have picked tower control on Inkblot Art Academy, something that I think I would have liked to see last set as well. You know, when things don't go quite right on Splat Zones, maybe try it somewhere else, and there's no better tower control map to go into that's more, you know, it's a classic. We like tower control on Inkblot. Everybody knows how to play it. It's just a matter of execution and who thinks they can do this better, who has the better tools in their toolbox to deal with this particular map mode. Man, getting your mic broken mid commentary set, that's honestly a first for me, honestly, just seeing this happen right now. I don't know if there's anybody else that I could quickly have thrown in here, but I guess. Okay, anyway, we'll get into this. So, pretty similar comps to last time. We're actually sticking to that double cooler on the side of Trigger Happy here. I can't really tell if there's anything different with Tidal Disruption here. We still have that 52 gal from Nightmare, that Slosher, which I think is a great pick, especially for something like Tower Control, where you have the utilization of those strikes to keep that tower naked as long as possible. Nobody on it, totally bare tower. And very early on, Tidal Disruption taking up a ton of space on this map. This is very, very blue. We're running up into their enemy's base, and just an unstoppable force. So thankfully, Trigger Happy able to pull out some specials now to start dealing with this, but they're going to have to dislodge the decav and the slosher from underneath this ledge.
Would you like some help with commentary here? Because I'm live on the mic now.
Oh, hello! Okay, we have
Hi,
our wonderful caster, Pipe Dream, onto the mic as well with me, so I'm not so lonely. But it doesn't look like we have too much going on for this game. I suppose maybe if this continues to go on, this will just be it for the game. But finally, it looks like Trigger Happy has regained some level up. Well, never mind. Well,
maybe. Well. It is what. Well, I had my 2 seconds of commentary on stream, so that's what it is.
Plop that on a resume.
Yeah, I got to commentate. I was trying to get that set up faster than I could, but it turns out it didn't actually matter.
It was 1 minute long. They just went on a tear. They ran up. They took so much space, and like, wow. I think when you get into that position like that, where you're up one game and the set is at stake, you just kind of have to go for it. They locked in. That's all I can describe it as. Yeah, I just didn't let you speak. We'll just pretend that.
Exactly. See, it just happened. No, wait, that's mean. No. But yeah, as the score suggests, it looks like they just ran through the tornado that is called Tidal Disruption. Just went in. Trigger Happy went flying, and the game was over.
Yeah. Literally just so fast. Well, I guess I could go back to the bracket and take a look and see if we have it. Was that our last set, Justin? Okay. Oh no! What a terrible way for you. You didn't explode like that, and
it's crazy. It was really crazy because my mic took a tumble and it decided that it was just I plugged it in, I plugged it back out, decided not going to work, and I was like, do I just have to reset my computer? In fact, I just had to reset my computer.
Oh no.
Technology is interesting, is what I can say.
Yeah, probably just like the driver had a brain fart.
It got smacked on the head, and that's all it took. Terrible.
I used to do that to my old CRT. We had a Commodore 64 TV when I was a kid that we watched TV on, which I don't know how old you are, Fufu. You look very like I can't. It's hard to clock, but
How old do you
the
think I
Commodore
am?
64 is like a very old gaming system, and it had like its own matching TV, and we had that. And that's what I watched my cartoons on as a kid. And like it would always like the screen would fuzz up, and then we would smack it really hard, and then it would start like working again.
Siren, you can't keep making Deltarune references without realizing you're making Deltarune references.
Deltarune brought mentioned once again.
It keeps happening. It keeps happening. I don't know. I'm just going with the program.
Well, okay. Well, it seems like this bracket doesn't stop even though we are. So I think they want us to start moving things along and pushing us over to the IPL mainstream so you guys can take a look at what's going on there. And let's, you know, not so festering on a dramatic ending. So
Indeed.
Any closing thoughts from you, Fufu, before we send things away? My head's empty.
My head is kind of empty. I mean, we've just been witnessing games that have ended in basically 2-0s back to back. I don't know what the losers bracket is on, but it's definitely on 2-0 central. It's cursed, maybe plus, depending on who you're talking to. So absolute
All
cinema,
right.
I guess? Question mark?
Cinema. All right.
Cinema.
So you can find us at our socials. This is I never get this right. This is my Blue Sky as well if you look it up. So yes, we'll see you then, and hopefully see you guys on the IPL stream because I'm seeing that out of the corner of my eye, and that set looks like it's going crazy. So won't hold you for much longer. We'll see you guys around.
Bye bye.